We play D&D 5th edition here, and I'm known as Starwin. Along with me, we have some adventurers who are trying to make Timor a better place. Joining me at the virtual table, we have Zara, the half-elf assassin rogue.
Evening, people.
Oscarin, the half-elf draconic sorcerer. Insidaria, the Seraphim warlock of Illumina.
Yellow, yellow.
Who also seems to be an eldritch knight for some reason.
Yes.
Screw you. Isabella, the dragonborn druid of the Circle of the Moon.
Hello.
And then Draken, the halfling drunken monk who's forced to be sober.
Samachi's here.
Oh, it is Samachi making it. Alright, and Jason,
it's
say hi.
2019.
Welcome.
Who has an unsecured wireless network? Honestly.
Honestly, who does?
I
and
told
also,
you.
Anyway, and also we have Borden, the dwarven cleric of Kazia. Just say hi.
Hi. It's 2019. Who runs unsecured wireless networks?
Maybe it's somebody who wants to be nice. Alright, so you made it in time for our thing here. So last we left off, the war room was filled with powerful figures who made full intentions to fight this war on their doorstep. Above the city central soars a dark castle looming ominously above. Teams were divided into certain tasks, and Dancing Light, with Ninny's entourage, were engaged with the creature that was spotted previously with the archaic eye, the Maven. Kalak and Danio were sent with Sermon's troops to try and force out the Beholder and his armies to reclaim that part of the city. Upon making their way into the streets, they make their way towards the Maven's last known location and fought off Lamias patrolling the area. Soon, they reached the targeted range where they would engage the Maven, whereupon Ninny stopped and offered to guard this position as Crimsu was forbidden to enter into a sphere of influence created by the Maven. There, they did battle, and found themselves dealing with a trickster of a creature who had 6 suspended guards surrounding her. Sometimes direct attacks were forced upon one of the puppeted soldiers to protect her from full damage. She would send out a silver thread that easily spills out of her fingers. Upon failing the saves, they found themselves ripped from their body in astral projected form. There they saw the influence of the spear that was keeping Crimsu out, who was awaiting on the ethereal plane. Danger befell Arya as she nearly died, only to be saved by a healing word from her friend Lindsay. Ninny's group was closing in with the dancing lights, and soon they were separating the Maven from the clay golem, who spent most of his time walking around town just to get to the other side, and managed to tear down the Maven till her porcelain form revealed an astral creature that, in a desperate attempt to win, sent out 10 threads to claim those around her. In a desperate attempt to save her friends, Lindsay performed her last hymn. She muttered the word vanquish, and the only vocal tone we ever heard from the mute bard, and its words seemed to bind when Maven's astral form started to crack, and as did Lindsay. A mournful tune plays in the air, and all the emblems of the god ignite around the violin's base. There was a 9th emblem that had no recollection of where it came from, but enveloped the area in a green aura light, and the destruction of the Maven finishes, along with Lindsay, who had crumbled into a pile of porcelain. The clay golem managed to catch up. He said hi for a moment, and then the fiery, enraged Crimsu, who did not get any of the Maven, decided to take out his ire against the clay golem. The party then started to pick up the pieces, as it were, either quite literally or to themselves, so that they could reform the shape as respectively as possible, and that's where we zoom back in on. And far to the southwest of our team, we could see a giant dark sphere filling the central square, and blast of fireballs that seem to be igniting like fireworks. So it seems like the attack on that side is going on as well. What would you all like to do?
So, well, the rest of the party is
To the roof.
collecting the remains of Lindsay. I'm keeping I'm standing guard to make sure that nothing creeps up, no other creatures creep up on us.
Yep, I think all that's been resolved. So yeah, what else is everyone else doing? As Nini and the others are kind of like gathered up inside your group.
I'm guessing I would be collecting pieces of Lindsay also.
I would go up to the roofs and look around, keep a lookout to see if anything's approached.
If there was anything approaching, it seems to be heading more into the area of destruction. Make a perception check as you're on the roof.
And I'm sure Calic and Denis are putting on enough of a fuss that everything's like, we gotta go there and stop that.
You kind of hover up a little bit higher just to get a better view of the central square where you squarely remember turning the stone, but you can definitely see some fireworks and footwork going on as it seems like Calic's running behind the beholder, perhaps casting a couple fireballs at will, and Daniil seems to be like playing the front line, trying to keep its attention and trying to dodge out of attacks. But for the most part, you can see Sir Mon's troops engaged with several different kinds of creatures, ranging from zombies. There's some harpies involved. There's also lamias, and then skeletons as well. There's a mixture of undead and different kinds of creatures that seem very uncommon to be in this location at this time.
So Calic is doing okay?
As far as you can tell.
Alright. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Ugh.
So what
It's
do you
not coming to us, though.
Yeah, what are you going to do with that info?
I would relay the important parts to the rest of the party, but otherwise, you know, as long as we're safe, I wouldn't pay too much or mind to it. Well, relatively safe.
Well, tell them what you want to tell them then.
So Calic is handling the, see, cause my headset keeps cutting out, so I didn't actually hear all of the stuff. That's why I...
Well, Calic's doing well against the Beholder. I mean, I was just trying to get it in your words so that they can translate the information for themselves.
Calic's doing well, there's a bunch of weird shit, but none of it's coming towards us.
There you go.
That's
Sorry.
good to hear.
Yay.
I kind of want to go up to Oscar. And I'm going to ask, what should we do about that points up to the sky and at the castle?
Well, I think our little group needs a moment of respite, but after we clean Lindsay up,
Alright.
I think we should, I think we should actually head back to the castle and see what the mages have in store for us. What information they have.
Well, the one thing Rezard was good at with his runes.
Yeah. So proud of him.
Nini and her troop are like kind of surrounding the area as you're mending Lindsay's porcelain frame into a structure. And I don't know, they're kind of quiet at this point, I would think. But they are there if you need to talk to any of them. And Crimson is no longer visible, as he seems to have returned from whence he came. I mean, given enough time, you find all the pieces, and with the power of this thought and process of wanting to honor Lindsay, I would say it wouldn't take too much time focusing the mending spell to like give her a restful position, so to speak, like if she was getting ready. I mean, unless you want to have her in a certain position, I would think arms closed across her chest would be a good position, but if not, it's up to you how you want to mend it.
Yeah, no, a standard supine, relaxed position.
Yeah.
Something that when, like, now is not a good time to bury her when we actually get around to it. At least we don't have to worry about the body smelling up.
Mm.
Good old gallows.
Yeah, and all the girls will kind of like quietly say, we can help you carry her back if needed.
Out of curiosity, given the nature of the material her flesh is made of, would this be a statue at this point?
Pretty much. A hollow statue at that. Because basically this is just the porcelain doll that was life-sized in Lindsay's figure that the doll maker made. It's returned to its original state, save for whatever position you leave it in.
Plan from here is to head back to the castle.
Yeah.
Alright, so everybody's in full swing to go back to the castle. You have, everybody.
I don't think we have enough shields to do the Spartan thing where you either come back with your shield or on it.
I mean, we're already on the offensive, and we're closer.
And I needed to check one thing real quick. How many soldiers actually survived that encounter? Because you might have soldiers coming back with you too. What page did I have that on? I got you on the front page, right? Yeah, continue, sorry.
No.
Looks
I think we had 3.
Yeah, looks like 3 guards are coming back with you. And they kind of like quietly say, thank you for saving us. That was... I didn't think... I almost thought it was... they're having like a moment trying to process what just happened. They realize they were that close to death, and they look at their comrades who have fallen because of the Maven using them for protection or to attack you guys, and you only fighting in self-defense. Yeah,
At least we got 3.
You got 3, and they try to pull a couple of their comrades back to give them proper burials if they were given a chance.
No, we're bringing our dead. We're not letting them get turned.
Yeah, so if you guys wanted to assist on it, then by all means. You managed to pick up the other 3 bodies that were on the ground. You have Lindsay in your care in one shape, form, or another. I would say like Ninny would offer a cloak to like make like a makeshift bed to like grab each corner and just kind of carry her carefully back, or something to that extent, unless you guys want to improvise. But she does offer that and allows you to like put Lindsay on it and carry her back, and then carrying these guards back as best as you can.
So there is a odd thing. Porcelain technically counts as stone, right?
I have moved stone, so I could just...
Yeah, I've got stone shape.
Tell me what you're doing, I'll see if it'll work mentally how I'm picturing this. Like, what are you wanting to achieve with it?
I figure for the sake of carrying her, it wouldn't be too hard to... Like, the easiest thing, like, put her in a bridal carry, that way just one person can carry Lindsay. And then when we get her to a proper place, stone shape once more to get her supine.
Yeah, if it's something as simple as that, I don't see that being a problem.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to make, an ornate casket or anything crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too crazy. So yeah, I'd say that's possible.
I'd say I'd probably take two of the dead guards on my person.
Ghost pops out and says, I'm best boy. I can carry one. I could probably carry 2 if you just lumber them over my back.
Alright.
Best boy's a nerd.
I'll put 2 on
You don't hear this.
Ghost, and then I'll lay one over my shoulder also.
Yeah, so Ghost will walk aside you and carry back 2 of the guards on his back. Either way, you all managed to find a convenient way to carry all this back without hindering your group, and by doing so, you also made it possible for you to slip past the battlefield, whatever battle's going on to the south. You see bits and pieces of it. I would say you might have a clear shot as you pass the main street that goes down that way. So if you want to know what's going on in the south, right this instant. Yeah, right this instance, give me a perception check and I'll let you know how much you get.
Can I cheat?
I don't know.
Woo.
How's cheating?
Okay, when I say
25.
cheat,
Perception.
So far, everybody can see what's going on. Yeah, everybody can see what's going on. Yeah, you see it.
Wow.
What about
then,
Gordon? I mean, do you need to cheat?
in conditions of clear visibility, you can make out the details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across. Eyes of the eagle.
Oh, okay, you're using that. That's fair. You turn down the alleyway, and you can swear for a moment Calic is standing still. You see Danilo doing some work, and some of the guards working with him, and some of the guards have been turned to stone as well. Oh wait, Calic turned into stone? What the fuck?
Wait, what?
That's the instant thought you just had as you see Calic no longer moving, just standing
Okay,
there.
I'm going to go over to Calic and get on him for, not helping for his agreement.
Are you getting on him right now? Because he's down the street. I mean, how do you want to get on him?
Is the beholder still
I heard a verb, and I wasn't sure how you meant that. Yeah, the beholder's still in. They're still engaged in combat. Like, there's still shit going on down there. But
Should we
Calic was
help?
turned to stone.
How far
what
is
is
it
the-
down?
Alright, one
Yeah,
at a time.
I'm gonna
What do you got?
continue with.
What's the distance between us and the beholder?
Oh, probably a good 500 feet or so. Maybe even more. This is just like getting a shot down the, the straightaway street and see what's going on. And big creatures like Calic and the Beholder could be made out. Smaller creatures like the guards would be hard to see, but you could definitely tell a few of them aren't moving.
So, is it within range of my bow of 600 feet?
Well, yeah, if you want to shoot something. Are you going to draw attention
Oh,
up
damn,
this
you
way,
can
though?
assassinate it.
No, you can't.
I
It's
am
in
going
combat.
to wait. So, guys, I can hit that beholder once. Move along, I'll wait here for a bit and then catch up with you guys.
But say y'all are high if you think I'm leaving these bodies out in the open any longer than possible.
Yeah.
I'm
Same here.
sure You guys can handle that. I'm going to stay back with Zerth.
Split the party.
Sure, why not? That always works
I
out.
mean,
right?
if they want to tangle with the beholder, that's on them.
Yeah. So, all right. So everybody else is continuing, right? And
Yeah.
you're shoot. Yeah, I just need to know who's staying with Sarah.
So it's Oscar and me then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm trying to decide whether or not to go or not.
Well, you better hurry up and pick. They're leaving you.
If you're not carrying a body, you're free to stay.
I'll stay with them.
All right. So I'm telling you, it's about 500 feet for sure. So 600 feet is your long range. Does that mean you have to make it with disadvantage?
Yes.
Then you may take the shot if you like.
So, well, I'm going to put up my Hood of Elven Kind, and first I would like to hide.
All right, that sounds good. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
19.
You think you're hidden?
And then wait for a bit so that there is a distance between us and the party.
I'd say your party gets about 60 feet away now.
Okay, now I'm going to take that shot with disadvantage.
All right, go for it.
No, wait, it's a straight roll because
Ow.
I'm hidden, or I think I am.
Make the roll and I'll tell you.
18.
Just barely. You hit it. Roll damage.
23 damage.
23. No sneak attack. What is it without sneak attack?
He's got an ally in combat with it, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yes.
I guess that would still count then. Alright, so what did we say? 23?
23 total, yes. That
Alright.
includes sneak attack.
Now, would you say this shot is trying to gain aggro, or are you running like now? Because it did take.
Not necessarily. It's more like just trying to help those guys out that are busy with the beholder.
Alright.
But I don't mind if
Alright, so...
I get spotted.
No, that's fine. Like, it was aware that you were there, so your hide did nothing. But, yeah, you still shot it because of allies, so you're good. But it's also kind of got its hands full with what's in front of it. So it doesn't seem like it's going to come after you. Is anybody else doing anything?
I'll move 300 feet closer to it, so then I'm 300 feet away from it. And I'll do 2 Eldritch Blasts if possible.
So you're going to move away from your party that was getting ready to leave,
I'll try to.
which means you're going to be 300 feet closer to... Now, I'm just saying it out loud so you hear what you're saying, alright? You're telling me you're moving 300 feet closer to the Beholder, which means you will be 3 city blocks away from your party.
Okay, never mind then. I'll just start walking then.
Okay. What is Oscar doing? Just making sure that nothing came down this way?
Going to be switching some stuff out. Level 1 to level 4.
Alright, so you're alternating your spell points, right? Alright.
Yep.
So you make the shot. You see Oscar fiddling around with spell points. And yeah, for the most part, you're just going to go ahead and rejoin your party, right? They're about 60 feet away from you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one more shot and then I'm going to double dash to the party.
You're not here, Dragon. Alright, go ahead and make your shot. Disadvantage. That arrow goes
Natural
a little short.
one.
Yeah, it goes... So question, do you want me to keep severity in the game?
Sure, why not?
Alright. Let me roll the right thing here. Don't I have a die for this? Yeah, here we go. You rolled low, friend. Your arrow pops out. You think it's going along the right path, and then all of a sudden you see it crash into a window of a nearby building. Landing inside, you think you might have heard something yelp, but it's faint.
Okay.
I mean, other than that,
Well, that's unfortunate.
you missed.
I'm going to move towards the party, double dash with Oscar and Cindy.
Alright. So basically everybody kind of rejoins, reconvenes, and as you approach the gate, you can see soldiers who are on the ground floor just kind of hacking away at a couple of zombies that got close. And they're just finishing them off, and they're like, okay, we got these finished off, you guys can rush in now. And the doors open, and you're able to make your way back into the castle grounds, out in the courtyard at this point. And there's a lot of back and forth. Like, there's pages going in and out. Like, they're trying to keep the door closed, but at the same time, they're trying to get these pages out there so they can pass orders. There's birds flying in the air who seem to have, like, little things tied to the bottom. Looks like they're going out to, like, send, carrier pigeon-like messages to places. And then you also have your mages who are exhaustingly, like, standing next to Sparrow trying to send messages or sending to whoever they can get to. And yeah, one of the things you kind of catch coming in is one of the mages kind of turn. I lost contact with that demon that was in our parties. And Sparrow's like, what? He's not responding. I guess he died? That's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's one less demon in the world. You can kind of run in at this point, and Sparrow kind of notices your group coming back. Welcome back. Everything go all right?
Yes, that puppeteer has been handled with, and that demon got turned into stone, I believe. With the Beholder, the fight of the Beholder itself is still ongoing with the troops, but it seems to be going alright.
So the Beholder got the demon? Wow.
Yes, it's a very...
I know,
bad.
right? That's bad.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, does that mean Oscar's safe now?
I'll send a cleric to go do a greater restoration. Hold on.
No, you shouldn't waste too many resources.
Well, I mean,
He's
he's a good asset if he can do some damage.
Yes, he is. But if he's a standing still target, a pit fiend would be a very huge, I guess, target for the beholder. And if he's standing still, all the more reason for the behemoth to get him out of the way.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. With advantage. He's slicing
No,
the gun. Let's see. Sparrow will give him a wisdom +5. Plus proficiency. He's like, you know what? Fair enough. I got enough problems as it is.
Where do you want these bodies at, Spencer?
Or Sparrow in this case. Spencer's in.
Yeah, Sparrow.
Yeah. Are they dead or are they alive?
They're dead.
They will probably want to put them in the dungeons just in case. We don't want them coming back, kind of like similar to the other ones.
Okay.
I'll send some men down there to take them if you want to take time and rest. I'm sure you're a little exhausted from your current excursion.
Have the mages found anything?
I will consult them shortly, but yes, things are still being looked at. For now, we got a battle to take care of before we can even mess with that thing.
Yeah, true.
But take a little bit of time, get some respite, and then figure out what to do next.
Anything new happening with the floating castle?
Well, from what I could tell just by looking, I've seen several flying creatures soaring down to assist the opposing team. So I am pretty sure that's where they're keeping reinforcements.
Alright.
And there's been a lot of talk about our cemeteries being terrorized, so to speak. Sacriléged.
Well, it makes sense since there's a lot of zombies around.
Yeah, I had a couple of soldiers tell me they had to put their grandmother down again. And it's disheartening to hear stuff like that, though odd. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with on that front. I mean, they're doing all right. These guys are pretty stout. They're staying vigilant, so I should be thankful for that. But and he looks like 1,000 things going through his mind. And you see him kind of like put his hand to his head, and he's like concentrating for a moment. And then he goes, "That son of a bitch." And then just kind of wanders off. But at this point, you guys are free to help put those dead bodies in the dungeon, find a place for Lindsay, and then find a place to rest. How would you like to do that? I mean, if you want to do it personally, you might find out something. Otherwise, you can pawn off half of these duties to somebody else.
I'm gonna do it personally because that's a greater respect.
And what do we do?
I'm gonna wander the castle.
Of course you are.
I'm going to go with Isabella because I'm curious about what happened to those bodies that we put in the vault earlier.
Alright, so how many are going with Isabella? That's the question. Is Oscar
I've got
going as
Lindsay's
well?
body.
Yeah, and where are we placing Lindsay? That was a question too.
Wherever I would have slept on triage duty.
Alright, one of those spare bedrooms on the second floor, perhaps? Yeah.
Going to be joining Draken.
Does Draken know that?
I'm not making myself, stealth. It's just...
Yeah, so
just
Draken,
gonna
Oscar's
follow?
following you?
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
not the scene we're going to focus on first. I just want to get a bearing on where everybody is so I know how to change the scene. So we go to the dungeon, where as you're coming down with these bodies, you can hear, "Hey, let me out! I'm not dead, look! I'm not undead either, look at me!" A couple of these guards that came back to life after you killed the Maven, their spirits rejoined to their body, and they're like trying to beg for the guard to let them out, and he's like, I can't let you out yet. Sparrow's got to check you over, and he's busy doing what he's doing. You have to, they're bickering back and forth with this one guard, and it's like, look, I'm sorry, but...
So, calm down. We'll resolve this after. We'll survive this. And one question, though. If you're not dead, and you're not undead either, then what are you?
I'm alive, what do you think?
I've seen some weird shit today, man. I don't know.
Well, no shit. I saw my own teammates jump in my bones and they look like fucking puppets. Yeah, I seen some weird shit today too. Let me out. I gotta fight that damn thing and get him back.
Don't
It's
worry,
destroyed.
we handled that.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I feel cheated or... And he kind of stares at you
Just-
to see...
Just be patient, and Sparrow will get back to you whenever he can. He's extremely busy.
And the other guards, look, I'll rummage up some food and you guys just relax. And yeah, and you guys coming down here giving him a peace of mind that it's been taken care of. It's like, now he's like, okay, cool. Alright, then, yeah. Yeah, I'll relax then, yeah. And, you know, these 4 or 5 bodies that were lifeless before but full of life now just kind of slump up against the wall. And there's, they're still kind of like, it's still kind of weird that we're in a dungeon.
Do we have to put the dead ones in the...
There's a
dungeon?
separate cages that you can put them in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that you're basically doing this to keep them from turning into undead and trying to come back and bite you. Because they don't have...
Ghost, you pick the first cell that you can see and we'll put them in it.
Sure thing, mother. Trots over there, walks into a cell, and then just kind of shakes his fur and the bodies fall to the ground.
I lumbered behind him and laid the body down gently as I can. And then... get out of the cell and have Ghost follow me.
Alright, Ghost jumps into your shadow.
We're going to chain up those bodies then again, right? Like we did with the guys in the other cell.
That's up to you, Zara.
That sounds like busy work.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Are you going to spend an hour down here doing that instead of resting?
I think the
It takes an hour to chain up 3 corpses to a wall.
Yeah. Don't you know? There ain't no shackles against the wall to chain them to. You're going to have to put that in yourself, and I'm just letting you know as a DM that you'd probably be better off just leaving it. Like,
I know, then I
unless you
just
feel
leave
like
them.
you need to do it, I'm just saying story-wise, them
No,
trying to beat
I-
through the thing would be efficient enough. If they turn on.
No, I thought that with the other ones that we tucked them in a cell with and chained them to a wall with stuff that was there.
Either way, they were released once they came back to life. But they weren't released out
Yeah.
of the cell.
Okay, no, then I just
I'm
Dump
gonna
those
move up to
corpses there and then-
a resting area.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to waste the time to do it, I'm not saying it's going to be an hour. I'm just saying you're putting time into that when there's probably other things you can resolve, but that does make sense to do if you want to do it.
no.
Alright. So, Draken and Oscar, where are we going?
I want to go down because that's where I assume the any wine cellar would be.
Yeah, he's
Avoiding that
liquor
one
hunting
hatch.
again.
Make an investigation check.
And I would just like look at Oscar like following like, oh, hey Oscar, what are you doing here? As I look around slightly. Investigation. There you go.
You look and look, and your investigation kind of leans to, I bet it's somewhere in the kitchen, but the kitchen staff is so up your butt every time you walk in that you don't think you can find where it is without getting noticed.
I use my drunken monk senses to sense where the booze is.
I don't think it works that way.
There's not like a radar or anything like that.
Yeah, you get a beep, but you're not
It's
sure if
most-
it's up or down. It's one of them blasted
it's me.
2D
It's
radars.
just me sniffing in the air to smell it.
You can't smell it. If they got it bottled up tight.
Anyway, but no, I look at Oscar, who is following me, like, what's up? Why, Oscar?
That's creepy that he's being quiet.
He's muted on Discord.
I start running away. No.
Oscar? Tell you what, I guess we'll pause on that scene. So, Machi, you here? Gideon? Or
He is also
Gordon?
muted.
I know, that's why I was
I
asking.
swear to God, there's a button here on my computer that mutes me, and I'm
Okay.
starting to piss.
Oh, you're here? Okay, well, we could continue with that scene. Do you tell anything to Ryder when he stops you and asks you what's up?
Great.
Nothing. I decided to get a layout of this castle as well.
Oh yeah, that's totally what I was doing, getting a layout.
I have
Totally
a
why I'm
mechanic
trying to sneak
question.
into the kitchen. Sorry, what?
I have a mechanic question.
What's that?
If I channel my detect magic through the mod, can we get detect booze?
I don't think that's how that works.
That's not how that works, no.
I admire the
Unless-
ingenuity, I really do, but I don't think that's how it works.
Can I burn a key point to try to help that?
You know, I'm sitting here thinking, yes, you can burn a key point, but no, you won't get what you want. So, I mean,
I'm just gonna follow.
yeah.
But
Time to stealth through the kitchen.
Wait a minute. You want to use Monty, though? Is that what you said? You don't necessarily need Monty to be detecting
I mean,
magic.
I don't see any reason for me to hide at the moment.
Oh, no.
Well,
I just...
you don't, but I do.
I read some
So
interesting...
if he's going into the kitchen, I'm going into the kitchen, see if I can't find something to eat.
So here's a question from me to you, then. Is Monty out now, or...
Monty is in the pocket dimension.
So he's not out? Like, he didn't summon
No.
him? Okay, so he's not summoned. Because that would take time to do. Alright. Just checking.
Like 6 seconds.
Well,
I tried to
a
sneak
minute if you
past
wanna-
the cooks in like a cool mini game, you know, like in one of those games where you're in third person and trying to sneak past.
Are you in a box?
Yes, definitely.
Going Metal Gear Solid.
I hop inside one of the crates and pop the legs out and start walking around. Can I roll a stealth?
I'm over here scratching my head for a moment. Give me a second. I think I got it now. Alright, go ahead and roll it with disadvantage.
Oh no. Okay. Hey, 14.
Well, alright, viewers, +5. For some reason, they don't seem to notice a crate walking on 2 legs.
Yes! I am
They-
the best.
They do kind of look towards Oscar and kind of go, wasn't there someone in here with you? I told them to go. Did he leave?
Huh?
You need to leave too. I mean, you can't be in here.
Well, why not? I just want to get some food.
Let's see what we have. We got... You look... Yeah. How many people are you feeding? I'll get you some food.
Let's go with 10.
Sure. He pours out 10 bowls of porridge and then sets them on the counter and says, there you go. Have fun carrying that. Do you need help?
Do you have some ale as well?
No, the beer's been put on lock. We can't break it out. Man's got to be
Well, can you
straight
tell me where it
focused.
is and I'll go get it?
No. That's royal. If you want to steal beer so bad, why don't you guys go find a bar in town that's been broken into?
Star, I sent you a DM.
Okay.
Alright, well, to carry 10 plates of food, I'm going to start the ritual summoning Tensor's floating disc.
Alright, that's perfect.
I sneak towards where I think alcohol is.
Pick a general direction. Up, down, left, or right.
Left.
You find a broom closet. There's a couple brooms
Dang
in there.
it.
Yep. You're still in your box. Nobody seems to have noticed you yet. Right?
I guess
up or
I'll
down?
go up then.
You run into the ceiling.
Wait, what?
The answer was down. Down or right?
Oh, down.
You run into the floor. I mean, no. You actually find a hatch, and here's the thing. You can't fit your box down this hatch, so...
I'll leave the box on top of the hatch and then, like, hop down, because the legs, there's no box.
Well,
So I'll just
here's
open the hatch.
yeah. So you're opening the hatch, which has a possibility of making noise. You don't know how squeaky these things are, and then you're also dropping out of the hatch onto a solid surface. Give me that stealth check again with disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage, though.
Not bad. Not bad.
That's not bad for
plus 5 viewers.
disadvantage.
Well, yeah, you get away with it. You're down into this little cubby hole that comes into an earthen-like space, and you see several kegs lining the walls. You also see, like, in the back, that looks like a china cabinet of sorts, but it has, like, different stocks of whiskeys and bourbons and, you know, just all the fancy type of hard-hitting liquor that you could find sitting on those shelves.
Oh my.
You found the mother lode. What do you want to do?
Well,
Quit walking on the keyboard.
Levanthia is good to me today. I go towards the expensive looking cabinet.
You're gonna invoke the name of Levianthian. I love it. Alright, so you get to the expensive cabinet. You realize it is locked. I mean, but here's the thing. It's got this thin layer of glass. You think you could punch it if you wanted to. I mean, that's one option. That's one option. Or, if you had tools, I don't know, maybe play with the lock. What else could we do? Punching sounds good, though. Punching or play with
But
locks?
not punching.
Can we unlock stuff? Are we capable?
I don't think so. Wait, who is saying this in my head?
Well, I'm trying to offer you thoughts as you, so like
I know.
trying to play along with you here. So
Can
what-
I?
I can hear his voices in his head.
Do you want
I
to?
try to take off a piece of cloth and like hold it over the window, and then I'm just like, and just give it like a 1-inch punch and
Wow.
try to catch all the glass without making sound.
If you're
Doing
willing,
my best, but you
if you're
know.
willing to spend a key point, I could say you can like use your key and pressure a hole into this glass using your key point.
I'll do it.
All right, yeah. So almost like forcing your key through your fingertips, you make a circular motion that kind of lets the glass slide. It moves for a minute, and it looks like it's about to drop down, but you catch the top of it with your cloth. You can kind of set it down there, and you think you can get that giant white bottle out if you want it.
Okay,
Is he still a halfling?
I go for it.
Yeah.
I'm still halfling.
So yeah, you
I
grab
have claws.
you grab it, and then you start to pull it out, and then it kind of like it's got stuck. But then you realize, oh, I need to angle it up before I pull it out all the way, and it pops perfectly out. You have, I would say that's about. Let's see, that's pint. It's like a gallon, but a tall glass. You know, like a tall volume. And I would say it's bourbon. Expensive bourbon that you just weaseled out of that cabinet. About a gallon's worth in this vial, or this big
Time
old-
to escape.
Time to escape, yeah. So you conceal your drink, you look left and right. Those kegs are pretty attractive too. I mean,
I empty my water skin
yeah.
and I go over and fill it up.
Alright, you find one of them that just happened to be open, and you got a thing of ale in your water skin. However much your water skin can hold. You think that's it? Unless you want to investigate
Right.
this place further.
Yeah, let's see how much you can
Let's
get
see
into
what else
there.
is here.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, that's 11.
That's not gonna do much. Yeah. So yeah, you're like, what else is there anything else to get my hands on? But then it looks like maybe not. And then maybe it's time to get out of here. I don't know. What do you
Yeah, I
think?
pushed my luck long enough.
No.
I go back to the hatch and hop back into my box.
Are you sure you want to do that? I mean, they're there.
Well, make
Can
another.
I like hide my face?
Well, you're
Can
in
I
the box,
hide my
right?
face in cloths? Yeah, but no. Afterwards, I want to like wrap a cloth around my face, like maybe like I have a robe or something.
Well, here's the thing: they don't know where you went, so they don't even know you did anything yet. So your thought process is kind of like, if I could just sneak out of here, I'm clear and free. Do I feel like I need any preparations just in case I get caught? Maybe, but what can we do?
I push the box towards the door and do my best.
So make me that disadvantage stealth check one more time. It's been in your favor for some reason. Like, I've given him a +5. You managed to make it out with no problem.
Yeah, I quickly hop out and then do like a roll and then just
Yeah.
run
So
away from the kid.
you managed to put the box back where you found it. Slowly close the lid. You make like ninja style against the thing, and apparently these cooks, being as tall as they are, they don't seem to be paying attention to this halfling. And you're like, hey, maybe this isn't so bad being a halfling. And you make your way out of there, and they're just kind of like arguing over food supplies and porridge and how much soup they have left in the kitchen. But you make it out of there with your bourbon and your ale.
I'll save the bourbon for a special occasion, but for now, I'm happy with ale. And I just start chugging from the water skin as I finally settle down somewhere away from my sister.
Sounds like a plan.
I can.
You can finally
I'm like,
be in
yes.
class now. Alright, so Borden, I don't think anybody joined you, but Ninny and her group are with you as they help you put Lindsay's frame into a section of the room where you guys have previously taken a rest. And Lindsay's just peacefully, cross-armed, a small smile on her face, eyes closed. And Ninny just kind of like bows down towards her frame for a moment and just kind of runs a thumb across her forehead and just saying, "You'll be missed." And all the other girls around her just kind of like do a simple bow and walk out, learning to deal with this in their own way. What does Borden want to do?
So I'm not going to argue with Ninny if, she has other plans. But basic plan so far was to have her interred in the temple here.
She will agree because she too is a follower of Kazia. I think that's best. Kazia will welcome her with open arms when she returns.
But I say for a construct, I'm willing to bet, she actually had a soul if any of them would have had a chance.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. That violin she got was blessed by the gods for her. So she did make an impression in her life. So yes. And Ninny will tell you as much. And she kind of shares with you, like, she's been blessed by those gods. And as you can see, when she plays that violin, she invokes some sort of power from the gods. Only she could do. Because, they loved her. They loved her music. It's a shame that somebody's calling me on Messenger right now.
Silence your sending stove.
Phone off. Stop that shit.
Alright, sorry about that. But, no, she's like, it's a shame that certain gods let their jealousy get the better of them. Otherwise, she would have had a different life, I would think. But I think Kazi will welcome her home, if not any of the other good gods that are left in the world.
Say that, and I will go ahead and, pen a letter as well, just to the temple, like, basically outlining the situation of how I met Lindsay. You know, the whole situation on the boat, and then, you know, the time skip, and then finally meeting back up with her, and then her giving her life in the town to save. I don't know, how many people would that may even have killed?
At least 10, if not more afterwards.
Yeah, how many more? Yeah, how many more?
Well, how many were there? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would have been all of her on just the party alone. And then the other 3 guards that survived the attack, the 3 guards that already died from the attack, and there's no telling how many more she would have went after if she was still left to do whatever she wanted to do.
This letter basically making a case for her to be put in, I don't want to say like the royal crypt, but, you know...
To be recognized as a hero.
Yeah.
To give her a hero's burial, more or less.
Because I still have no illusions that people may not die before the end of this.
Right.
So if I can leave, you know, the letter, you know, my words in a letter.
And yeah, she kind of noticed you kind of write. Are you doing it right now, like writing it out now, or is this something you plan to do later? Yeah. And you know, Nini will just kind of like rest a hand on your shoulder and say, "Mikazi, will walk with you always." And warm winds. And she'll dismiss herself at that point with her girls. And you're left to your thoughts as you pin out a letter with the porcelain remains of a fully structured Lindsay in her burial regalia. Meanwhile, coming up from the stairs and coming out of the hallway, I need Draken to make a perception check. I need Isabella to make a perception check.
I roll high, bitch.
You catch him first, and then all of a sudden he looks down there and is like, oh crap. But you are aware that you see him coming from a direction that is questionable.
Do I smell him?
You're not close enough. I would say you're still about 60 feet away from each other.
Oh, okay.
Like, you're coming up the intersection of this hallway, and this hallway goes all the way down to where he went to the kitchen. So you can clearly, you know, like, you're going to look that way, and you notice him before he was able to hide.
Oh, hi, brother.
Yeah, you call.
Hi, sister. How are you?
You're still 60 feet away.
You seem...
Did you approach her? Draken?
I mean, I would have figured he would have, since we're talking.
So yeah.
I'm perfectly fine.
So you guys closed the distance and you could see him. Okay.
Are you sure you're fine?
Yeah, I was heading towards the common area.
Insight check.
I mean, I'm always
you can,
flush.
and Oscar's right there behind Draken, or somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
Oscar's somewhere
I
nearby.
would have been a little bit later with the ritual cast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna insight that.
Oh, what are you ritual casting again?
I told you.
Yeah, you did. So you were over there distracting him for him while you're over here making this chant. Okay, that makes sense. I like that better. All right. Make a deception check. Draken. Give him a DC.
18.
Yeah. Alright, so...
You can see he's definitely a bit more flushed. Like, this
Bless
is
would have fallen off by now for everyone
bit
still
more real
currently covered by that.
Yeah, Bless is off.
Bless. Yeah, I know Bless is off.
You got the global modifier. Do you have a lucky stone or something?
Oh wait, there it is. I think.
I don't know. Well, try it again, but we're not going to take it. You're not... You're with them, yeah. This was just made... You're with them, you know, but... Okay, this is to make the insight check. You're not making perception anymore. It's insight on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, she pointed them out. They're starting to talk. They're already together. But yeah, you make out like he guzzled that ale. So yeah, he might accidentally burp every now and then. A whiff of it might float up to your nostrils, and you could tell he's been drinking.
Where'd you get that from?
We get what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I smell it on your breath. Don't give me that Billy Jack bullshit.
Billy Jack bullshit. Love it.
I got it from the kitchen, okay? Where else do you get stuff?
It's whatever. If you want to drink, that's fine. If you get yourself killed, I'm not resurrecting you again. And then I storm
Look,
off.
Did Did you get that legitimately, or did you take it, might I ask?
I got it legitimately.
Right.
Insight.
Yeah. This is not going well. You think
I got it
so?
legitimately.
The cooks.
So Sydney, you, in Illumina would definitely look down upon this scad that must have stolen it.
You can't steal from kitchens. Kitchens use that. You're coming with me and returning that right now, and whatever else you have.
Beep beep, disengage, dash action, 100 feet away.
Try to grab him.
Well, make a athletics check to grab his acrobatics.
Oh, athletics check or
Yeah, you're grabbing him. You got to physically restrain him.
okay.
He did a disengage, so
Oh, well, that is true. He did do a disengage.
Yeah.
So he gets out of your grip. He gets about 60 feet away from you, and he's about to turn the corner. He turns the corner.
Beep
Hey,
He's gone. You want to give chase?
I will just go to the kitchen myself, saying there's a person that stole some wine. Or
God damn, you're a fucking snitch, dude.
Hey,
You're lucky.
I go after Isabella.
You're lucky I'm not a rogue in this campaign.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No, let's see. You go after Isabella. Isabella, what are you doing? You're right there. Did you say you were doing anything?
Say that again, Star. I didn't hear that.
Well, Sarah said he's going after you. Did you say you were going somewhere? I thought you were standing there.
No, I stormed off.
She stormed
Oh,
off.
yeah, she stormed off, so she went in an opposite direction. So you went... Okay, now I'm with you now. Sorry. Yeah, let's cut to that scene. What you catch up to her, you're pretty quick.
Are we alone?
As alone as you
Ghost is
think you
here.
are. Yeah, Ghost is with her. But he's not making his presence known. He's like, Mom, I'll be down here if you need me. I just got a Nintendo Switch, so... Sorry, I'm not plugging for Nintendo. Anyway.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
So, Isabella, did Dragon fill you in this morning?
I believe I did.
Shh, you're not there. You're not there.
No, I don't know. I don't recall you filling me in. That's out of character. I don't.
Out of character, she wasn't here. I
No.
don't think. And I don't think we brought anything up beforehand because you were too busy looking for the freaking liquor store again. But, alright, continue. You don't know.
No, I don't know.
Ah, lovely.
What was he supposed to tell me?
Well, let's find a place a bit more private.
If you want to make a perception check, you can see if there's anybody within earshot. Or
Yes, I will.
Or you can investigate to find you a better spot. Perception? I mean, in the back of your mind, you're like, we might be alone, but at the same time, you're thinking, there's a good chance somebody could come down that hallway and I wouldn't even know it until it was too late and I might have said something. Like, it's possible
We
that
can
nobody...
go check the courtyard and see if there's anybody there.
Oh, there's a lot of people there by your recollection.
Okay.
Let's go walk. Let's go make a walk in the gardens.
Okay.
So you guys make your way to the back of the castle. And for everything that's gruesome going on at the front end, this place is like a beautiful garden spread. You have water fountains, you have small little pools.
Is there benches also?
Yes, there's actually benches around every little ornamental place of this area.
I would like to go to that lake thingy where I ran into Sparrow for the first time with that fountain or waterfall.
Yeah, easily enough. You run up to the spot where the waterfall is like spilling into the water. It would definitely help drown out anybody trying to eavesdrop.
I follow in behind him.
Beautiful scenery though while you're looking at it. Alright, proceed.
So, I'm presuming that there is a bench, I'm going to sit on that.
Yeah, there's one nearby. Because this is a beautiful spot.
Sit down too.
So, this is going to be a bit unpleasant. As I say that, I whisper, and I have my hand across my mouth so that no one can see what my mouth moves while I'm breathing.
So this will be... Go ahead, continue.
And I am not sure how much of it is necessary now, but together with Borden and Draken, we discussed last night a possible plan to get Oscar in a maybe better situation.
With the demon? I'm
Yes,
assuming?
Yes, that you have that. You guessed that right. We put a ring of mind shielding on him,
Okay.
which I do know he put on.
Mm-hmm.
So that means somewhere before the end of the night, something needs to go horribly wrong with him. I presume you know how a ring of mind shielding works.
Where do I fall in this plan? Because if you want me to kill him, I don't think I can do that.
I don't need you to. I don't need you to. I just need you to step in line, as to say, and keep Cindy from being Cindy.
You mean
But a ring of
nosing,
mind.
right?
Say that again, Isabella.
You mean her nosing?
That and her trying to help Oscar.
Okay.
But for your peace of mind, a ring of mind shielding has the property to store someone's soul.
Okay.
And your brother is in charge of palming the ring he is wearing.
Well, my brother is slightly, if not more,
Drunk.
inebriated right now.
Well, yeah. Just so you know that what the rest of us has been up to. And good luck with that halfling brother of yours.
I mean, if anything happens like I told him, I'm not going to waste any more money on him. That I still need to pay back, by the way.
Yeah, he certainly has a talent.
Yeah, finding trouble maybe.
Yeah, and then more than he can handle.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that would help with that other than me keeping an eye on Cindy or having her distracted?
Well,
I mean, she does have your wolf inside of her shadow.
is that where that wolf came from? Interesting.
Yes.
Well, a couple of weeks ago we made a promise to each other, remember?
Yes.
If we get some breathing room, let's follow up on that one, shall we?
Sure.
Okay, I drop my whispering voice. I remove the hand of, remove my hand in front of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Lean back over the bench, and it's like, it is surprising though that with all the chaos going on, that there is such a place to settle your mind. as I make a general direction to the garden.
Yes, it's nice. Okay,
And I want to look around.
considering who my brother is.
Alright, you want to look around and what?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to take a look to make sure that we were actually alone.
Well, make a perception or investigation. I'll let you pick. How do you want to deal with it?
I take perception. I think that's slightly better.
Alright.
Investigation. Ugh.
You think... I mean, you have doubts in your mind. You're like, I hope nobody was hearing. But you think you did a good job keeping your end of the conversation quiet. Though there are troubling thoughts that maybe she didn't. But at the same time, what can you do?
Exactly.
Alright. And no, we don't see Draken jump out the window because you didn't say you actually did it. We're not doing any more typing. If you're going to do it, say it.
I wasn't.
I know.
That was a joke.
I
It was
know.
out of character.
Alright. Yeah. Alright. What was that, Izzy? Sorry.
Can we go on break now? 'Cause
Yes, we
it's
can,
2.
because I was going to get there. I'm just going to let this scene finish. So, yeah. With that, we're going to come back in with you guys all regathering at the central garden, or up front, you know, up in the... Why is it running blank? You're going to go up by Sparrow, and everybody's going to meet back up, and we're going to get back into it when we come back from break. So, yeah. Take 5 minutes. Go use the restroom. Go
Okay.
check the mail. For your case.
Okay, I will be back.
It is Sunday, Star. Why should we check the mail? Apparently, UPS runs on Sundays.
No posts on Sundays.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So she's expecting a package, and they said they can deliver it on Sunday, so she's trying to keep an eye on it. But yeah, feel free to take a break. Yeah, I think that needed to happen too. So yeah, feel free to take a break, guys. Be here for a minute, then I'm going to run and get me something to drink as well. I want to put our BRB sign up.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a bite.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, within a couple weeks or months, I don't know which, I'm going to try to make a voiced scene or something. Maybe with some artwork help from Lexi to, like, create BRB signs or, like, a BRB away session area. It's a thought that I'm trying to get around to, so hopefully we can get something like that. But for now, got this beautiful baby Kremzu being our BRB sign for now. Oi, hoi. And now...
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yep, I shall return as well as I bump into my mic. Well then, now we shall wait for everybody to return.
Hello, Star.
Hello, warm winds and welcome. Think I just fell over the ale can that damn halfling left on the ground. Hello, chat. How are you doing today? Lexi, did you make it back? Maybe she got her package. Are you here, Brett? What?
Yes, I am. I'm just eating a bit.
Whoa, never mind. You're not here then. I was going to try to make some conversation to fill the empty void, but feel free to eat.
I'm just watching some streams right now.
Well, being on one, how rude.
I know, right? I was gonna watch your stream, but I currently am doing that right now.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Playing as Ghost, playing the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
No, I just said that out of humor. That wasn't real. That wasn't real, folks. Sorry.
Now you're gonna play Rezzard.
Hmm.
He needs to be in everything now.
Well, we're gonna see what happens with Rezzard, because, yeah.
Hi, I'm back.
Did you get it?
I got it.
Woo-wee! Excited we are, yes?
Yay!
Yeah.
Alright, well, in that case, let
And
me...
I got peanut butter fluff too.
Alright. Everybody here? Who are we missing? I'm sure they'd tell me if they were. Jason, are you here? Sounds like a negative. Well, I'm glad you got it. Looking forward to some artwork. Looking forward to seeing how that improves things.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, your mic is now super loud for some reason.
But mine?
Yeah, yours. I don't know what happened. Now I gotta. Maybe I got you up too loud, and you adjusted it
I'm
on
back.
me. Welcome back. It's Razor. Are you back? Razor
Okay, I
is-
turned it down for a bit. I turned it down for a bit. Is this better?
No, it's still kind of loud, but don't worry about it.
Eh.
Yeah, you back? And Salmachi, you're still with us, right?
Yep.
Alright, well then, let me go ahead and take the BRB sign off. Thank you, baby Crimsu. So, yeah, eventually you all find your way after writing letters, raiding stock, and enjoying the gardens, and whatever. Bringing soup out with your ability there, Oscar. We can explore that real quick. Where are you taking these bowls to?
Taking it to the rest of the group and give one to each.
I could say like you meet up with them in the common room in this case, like the big open space right there at the opening of the castle. So, like, if you guys want to have a powwow here before you run into Sparrow's room, outdoor base, you can.
So
go
this
ahead.
is a short rest, right?
Yeah, this is where you'll need to spend an hour to get your short rest. So, if you guys want to take part in this porch that Oscar brought and have a conversation. Yeah, so you all kind of sit down to a meal.
I'll sit down and take out a pen and paper.
I'll sit down next to Cindy.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll join as well.
Pen and paper.
Cindy
What
will-
are you doing? Yeah.
And what's
I'm
left?
assuming it's for note taking. What they're doing.
Well, I just need to know, what are you up to with it? Is it just note taking, or just taking notes of what they use? Or what?
I'm writing down different types of recipes that, if I expire, let the world know these.
So you're right.
Known for.
So now you're like having a. I don't want these recipes to die with me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll.
So I'm writing down everything.
So yeah, you can say you're writing down your notes there. What's everybody else up to? Does we kind of like have this hour to relax?
Since there's only like 5 of us, I'm going to be bringing the rest of the food to the patients that can eat.
Mm-hmm. So you're
If
doing.
there are any.
So anybody who may need it or looks in need of it. Yeah, I'd say that's easy enough to do. Like if you wanted to run out to the triage with the leftovers and see if anybody was hungry that could eat. The nurse will ask you to just go ahead and leave it, and they'll administer the food to make sure that they can eat. Stuff like that. But yeah.
Kind of gotta stay nearby.
Here, eat! No. But yeah.
Alright, there's a table. I'll transport everything to the table in there.
Yeah, there's definitely tables laid out in all sections of this triage location. Some of these tables have bodies on it. But yeah. You find an empty one. Or less empty. But yeah, after you return to your friends, is there any conversation we need to have?
Just gonna give them the food, and yeah, it's for the prisoners, and I'll put it there in return. And dispel the disc.
And
Or not prisoners, but the
patient. Yeah, same difference, right?
patient. Yeah. They're not getting out of here in either way, so.
So everyone, is there any words the people need to know? Everyone falls in battle that I can write down.
I plucked my teeth.
Yeah, I mean, that's a harsh reality. That could happen. By the way, you can spin your hit dice.
No, Cindy.
Yeah, you can spin your hit dice if you want.
I'm just asking, what do you want to be known for?
Okay. So, I'm gonna look at Zareth. And I know something is going up, and I would think Oscar would have a suspicion that, Cindy wasn't necessarily involved in this.
That's a fair assumption, yeah.
So I'm just gonna look at Zareth and just, not really point, but, gesture towards Cindy and,
Kind of like does she know? Yeah, I can kind of see that. Like, you're making a nod notion towards her and looking at Zareth for a response. What does Zareth do?
I would like to insight check that to make sure that I pick up on it.
Sure, make an insight.
Would I notice this?
No, you're busy asking people about their eulogy.
Yeah, you definitely...
I slowly shake my hand no.
Alright, well, if I during a, short rest, I will start preparing another ritual that I haven't done before.
And that is...
Telepathic Bond.
Alright, go ahead and post that for me so I know what it does. And what are you doing with it?
We can all talk to each other without, anyone else knowing.
Oh, cool.
For an hour.
Sweet.
Wow.
So are we just kicking Cindy off to the different
That's
room
kind
while
of
we
the
have a
plan,
chat?
yes.
So
It's kind of like, hey, what are we planning?
so this is like
And this is a foolproof way of no one's
right.
listening.
So let me get this straight. Your designated players are
Me, Borden, Zareth, Isabella, and Dragon.
okay. So if you needed to, you had 3 more slots, but okay.
Wow.
That's pretty low. So all of a sudden,
Man,
after-
it feels good to not be a, flippant dumbass with my shit.
So
I'm sorry.
okay, yeah. So this is going to take an hour, which is going to be. Ooh. So you're doing this during the long rest. I hope you don't need rest.
I don't need rest.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to gain no benefit from a short rest.
All right, just making sure. All right, so yeah, you guys kind of chill out. You see, like, it takes vocal, somatic, and an eggshell from 2 different kinds of creatures.
Remember those chicken and turkey shells that I collected back a while back?
Yeah, I think I do.
No one's gonna-
Like, I wasn't
Hit
good
dice
at.
was from healing, right?
Yeah. If you want to spin your hit dice, you can do so.
No, I don't need.
Except for Oscar, who is spending this hour to make the ritual to where all of a sudden you have a Skype call coming in. Or who should sponsor this? A Discord direct message? I don't know. Definitely not raid call. But either way, the 5 of you have this connection. Cindy excluded. Best boy excluded. So don't feel bad. And
why not? Let's add Monty.
and semi bad girl not included either. Oh, Monty would know anyway just because of you. But yeah,
Oh, she's not bad.
Ghost is best boy. Anyway,
Seraph made her like that.
Hey, she attacked first.
but at any
And
rate,
how many times did you hit her over the head whenever she wasn't doing shit? A bunch.
True.
I digressed.
So, what are you saying on the party line?
So, what are we planning with this ring?
Well, seeing as we haven't heard back from Danio and Calic's group yet, I'm not entirely sure what we need to worry about just yet, because if Calic is down and out for the count...
By the way, Razor, I lied. You can do this as an action, so I assume that would be 1 minute ritual
I
cast.
can't do this as an action. This is a ritual cast.
Yeah,
this is
the
a
ritual
wizard spell.
Yeah, the ritual cast will probably be 1 minute since it doesn't say what. So if you needed hit dice, I'd allow it. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Oh, no, lag.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Wait, who all hears this?
Everybody.
And Cindy's
Except
kind
for
of,
one person, but can
we just cheat with this whole mind talking thing and just put out a group broadcast from Oscar's been like, hey, we can all talk to each other in each other's heads now.
Yeah.
for 1
Why
hour.
is everything so quiet now? Why aren't you talking to everyone?
We just all look at Cindy.
And you guys making random
No,
not
Cindy,
body
we're-
movements.
Cindy, we're putting our thoughts together.
Aren't you?
We're going to have a long night in front of us.
All puns.
So, yeah.
Look, now that you can hear me, and only me, I want to say I'm sorry.
No,
You
you're
know-
not. Shut the fuck up.
Not for the drinking, shut up. That's not what I'm saying. Let me talk. I'm sorry for leaving all those years ago.
Okay. Moving on.
I just want to put
Is
that...
this really the time for that?
Yes, we're about to die, possibly.
You don't know that.
It's very
Knowing him,
likely.
yes.
Oh, shut
Right? I'm with Oscar's train of thought there. Like,
up. I feel like you're all attacking me right now. I feel super attacked. Take swig from Waterskin.
Well,
That shit.
on to the matter
What?
at hand. If you
Well,
don't
there's
mind.
pizza in there now. and I will make some hamburger after I get done. Alright, sorry about that, guys.
This this ring, I'm well aware of what it does. So are we planning? I'll just be straight with her. Are we planning for me to die?
That's what I'm
We gave you that ring in the hope that should you happen to die, we will be able to both recover you and keep you from going straight to hell.
Yes.
Now, if you don't die, that's great. We just have to find a way to make sure Calic doesn't get a hold of you.
So I have a question for you
Then-
guys. Why don't we want Cindy involved?
Well,
Remember that shop that we decided not to mention?
Yeah.
It took her like half an hour before she spilled the beans.
It didn't even take her half an hour.
5 minutes, if you even that.
and as suspiciously as I was handed this ring, this seemed to be a delicate matter in and of itself at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I am not sure how much resources Calic has and how well he has you guarded in other means.
As you guys are having this mental
So-
conversation, there's a loud
Say, Oscar,
burst.
can you pass me some more shub?
Door opens, and they're looking for somebody. There's a couple guards. We need... Who's in charge now? Who's in charge? Sparrow just left. And he's looking around.
Ah, fuck, it's me, isn't it?
I don't know. Would it be? I mean, technically, they're just looking for somebody who can give them some order. Is there anybody
Cindy
in charge?
stands
I'm
up.
in
I have the
charge.
charge.
I have the charge.
You don't-
No.
If anybody
No,
wants
I'm
soldier,
gonna-
it
I
would
do
probably
believe
be
that
Gordon.
he has the command here, and I will point to Borden.
I'll do the same,
Yep,
but with
I'll
my tail.
accept that.
So
I
the
sit
guard,
down.
the guard kind of like leaps in front of you, does the salute, and then he like, "I'm here to report that Calic and Danio are fighting each other, and Sparrow just left to go take care of it."
The fuck?
I'm just reporting. Sorry, ma'am. I don't know anymore.
Mentally, I'm going to say let's pretend we didn't hear that.
No, I can't pretend I didn't hear it because I not only have a room full of witnesses, I also have a soldier with presumably other soldiers knowing that, hey, so he's looking for someone in charge.
Yeah. I mean, you could point him to somebody else.
What's the distance on that telepathic bond?
Oh, there's no distance. It's if you're in this realm.
Okay, so other
the-
planes. Other planes
Yeah.
is the limit.
Yeah.
Any distance, though, it can't extend to other planes of existence. Yes. Correct.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, time to go.
Yeah, I think I definitely need to go with the
Battery
soldier
low.
to wherever the other, soldier types have gathered.
What the fuck? Why are they? I thought they was on the same team.
I
I
thought so,
thought Calic
too.
was stuck.
Me, too.
Over telepathic
Charging battery.
bond, I'm going to ask Oscar, what are the terms of the contract?
The terms is that he stays here and assists in this war for 3 days, this being the second. So he must assist tomorrow as well.
That
I'm
means
thinking fighting our
the
allies.
contract might
break.
have been broken already.
I mean,
Just
That'll
for
You did
depend
say
on-
you did say not to kill anybody, right?
I did. I said only assist if members that he could easily tell were fighting on our side, only assist them. Do
Okay.
not start fights.
Is this telepathically or no?
You don't know. Is it telepathic?
Yeah, this is telepathically.
Yeah, they're having this thing, and you're like, are you going to say something?
Why aren't we talking about this? This is the problem.
Give us a moment, Cindy. We're trying to figure things out. in
Make
our
an
heads.
insight check, Cindy.
It's almost like Cindy can't hear us. Oh wait, she can. And I
Oh,
laugh,
did you
I
just
laugh
say
out
that?
loud.
Did you just say that?
No, I laugh. I said it in mind speak, but then I laugh out loud in real.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What's the
St-
deception for this?
Yeah, from now on, I need you guys to say, I'm saying it in my mind or something to let me know that it's not being said out loud.
I think I actually
Zareth, roll me a
actually did
deception
for that
check.
one at least.
Why do I need to do that? Alright.
Because you're trying to keep Sydney from finding out, but you guys are acting weird as fuck. And I'm almost willing to say Sydney can kiss off because you rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
They're just being really quiet. Maybe they're surprised. I mean, that comes to mind.
I
Maybe.
burst out in laughter randomly.
And he is really acting weird. I think, to be fair,
I think
There's
Okay,
some-
he's either drunk or he's going mad.
yeah, I mean, you're either thinking...
No, he's definitely drunk at this point.
And nobody's saying anything, which kind of seems leery, but at the same time, you don't know what to suspect at this point.
So, Ghost, what's
So,
on Netflix?
Glad you asked, Mother. I mean, what is on Netflix? Let's take a look.
So, I turn to the soldier. How long ago did Sparrow leave?
Oh, he left right away, like just a while ago. We just decided to come over here and tell you guys.
5-10 minutes ago?
Yeah,
Is that 1 minute? Is it 5 minutes?
it's
Is
about
it an
a-
hour?
like a
5
minute.
to 10.
What?
Believe that they
We
were the
might
pinnacle of
be
creation.
closing Netflix. Anyway, sorry about that. I actually went to Netflix to see what was up. They're raising their rates again. Them assholes. At any rate,
Awesome.
not awesome.
$1.
Yeah.
So, as previously stated, the command center, where the orders are being given, where the Arcana's at.
Yeah. Or... Yeah, I would say they came out there to tell him something and then he got interrupted. So, yeah, you could definitely dump this on Spencer's lap if you want it.
Oh no,
Yeah, we
I'm
need
going
to
to the
find
Arcana
images.
for recon purposes.
Sounds good too. I mean, either way. Yeah, so it's not hard for you to find Spencer and his group. And even Rezard seems to be involved to some degree. And you see Rezard holding up like these gray stones in his hand and he's like placing his finger in delicate, intricate movements, trying to evoke something perhaps. But he's still listening to the conversation around him. And
I follow Borden to that room.
Spencer kind of looks up from you as he breaks away from an archaic eye looking into what he's seen. And he's just kind
Oh
of
good, they actually had arcane eyes up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
actually what I wanted.
Yeah. So
I need to see what's going on now.
absolutely. Or is everything all right? What happened?
Spencer's left, and I've been nominally elected leader. Apparently, the demon and the man in black are fighting.
Wasn't it Sparrow?
Sparrow.
Borden?
Yes, Sparrow.
Yeah. So
You're talking to Spencer.
yeah, don't worry. I can see how easy it is to get confused.
I'm tired. Okay.
You're excused. So Spencer will tell you as he's kind of like noticing Devia looking over his shoulder and towards the archaic eye. He says, well, we've been eyeing the movements on the castle here, as you can see. And as you look in, you can see this dark black gothic castle, vampiric as fuck. And you see what looks like gargoyle statues leading in. And then you see like a whole courtyard of harpies just floating in the air, looking like some of them are fixing to dive at command. And then you see like several veteran-looking warriors that are just kind of like wandering the courtyards with dire wolves on chains. He's like,
I was referring to the direction of which the demon and the man in black are fighting,
we will.
not necessarily the cast.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know what they see right this instant. He's like, give us a second here, we'll switch to the other view. And then there's like another view that kind of comes up, and yeah, we actually see the Beholder dead on the ground, fizzled out into a pile of goo. And then all of a sudden, Daniil's going to war with Kalik. There's no vocal, I don't think. Does it give you vocal on what's going on there? I don't think it does, but visually you could see.
I can output the eye real quick.
Yeah, please, just to make sure, because if there is some, I can give you what's going on that far too. But let's see how deep we can get into this rabbit hole. Arcane Eye. Let's see. You
So
eventually
you receive
receive.
visible.
Yeah, so it's just visual. All right. which has no. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So visually, you could just see. Like sometimes you could probably make out lip movement, but it doesn't stay on that scene long enough as the view kind of turns. But I mean, if you wanted to take control of the view, you could. If you wanted to read lips or something. But other than that, you don't hear anything vocally. You could just see these two bickering back and forth and just trading blows with each other.
I would like to read their lips.
You probably can't because unless you ask them to in-tune you into it. Does it? Because I think this is naturally just for the caster, right? And I'm just being more open with it. Let me double check. Maybe they.
Terry did the big projection, so it's not too difficult to,
Yeah, okay, so we can definitely do something like that. Reading the lips, though. Let's see, who do you want to focus on? Because you might not get all the conversation.
Borden, can you read Calix or Geneo's lips?
I do believe I have the feat that lets me read lips, so we can actually get two sides of the conversation of the three that are about to be in it.
Well, that's it. Assuming they had another arcane eye focused on the other one.
Didn't Spencer have one?
He had one focused at the castle. Because he was keeping track of that movement.
I have observant.
I also have observant.
You guys can read lips.
Why does everyone have observant?
Why can
Because
everybody talk
passive
to themselves?
perception is the tits.
Yeah, what? See, no wonder I don't ask for passive perception. What are you using observant?
I just gotta sit there, not doing anything.
Over passive perception is over 20.
Alright, so for those who have observant and are watching this visual display, he tries to get both of their conversation. From the Neo, you can hear, this is the best you can do. No wonder I had to kill the demon by myself. And he throws an attack, and then it kind of moves towards Kalik, who responds, "You damn demigod, think you can walk all over everyone and try to put me in a situation where you think you can dishonor me?" And it seems like Daniil said something smart off to him, and they went at it. So they're bickering back and forth, trading blows. Neither one of them looks like they're hurting the other enough to do any damage. So one, it's not even sure. Make an insight check to see if this is a seriously blown out fight or if they're play acting.
If I don't see actual wounds appearing, then I'm not overly concerned, so long as it's not extreme collateral.
Yeah. So make the insight.
How about the remaining troops that got sent there?
They have pulled away. After the Beholder died, it looked like they
I don't fucking blame them.
Yeah, they gave them room to do whatever the fuck they want because I don't want none of that shit. I'm lucky to be alive. And it looks like a few of the statue soldiers that were standing got released, so somebody with a greater restoration's been floating around.
Who's making an insight?
Anybody? I mean, you're not able to. Yeah, you're not able to convey the body language except from what they're doing physically. All right. Well, it's confusing. To be fair, I mean, it looks like they're fighting seriously, but they're not going all out. Either they're conserving their strength for something, or maybe something more sinister might be happening. Maybe one of them even got charmed. Those who had an encounter with vampires would know that is something that could have happened too. But with the insight check though, you could definitely tell they're not going out on each other like serious yet. I mean, if this was an angry match where they betrayed each other, it's unclear because it looks like they're playing around. So maybe they're just having fun. Which is also scary.
Well, you get two people or characters that are cocky, and one of them insults the other one. Yeah, they're going to be fighting.
Yeah, sounds like a dick measuring competition to me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
That sounds like both of them, to be honest.
Yeah,
To be fair.
sounds like both of them.
So yeah,
Can we send a message to one of the to the surviving soldiers and ask who initiated this fight?
I mean, we can try, but honestly, only person I know in that group is Lord Saruman. And I'm not sure how much information he would have directing troops.
I think
it
this
doesn't
is a
have to be direct.
non-problem.
Well, 2 people, 1 person, please. What?
Oh, maybe he can come back on it later. Maybe one of his men saw something.
Given the
I
state
think
of
this.
things, I am going to say
Sorry.
the soldier that came and got us and is all freaked the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
Until I'm sure Sparrow's going to be able to take care of this. They're not causing undue damage to themselves or the surrounding area. We'll keep an eye on it. Thank you for the information.
No problem. By the way...
Because I'm sure the soldier was able to see, at least, that they weren't seriously fucking everything up around him.
Yeah, he just went to go warn anybody at the castle, and Sparrow was like, that motherfucker. He went out there afterwards. But, another thing, though, as Spencer has you here, he's like, I'm not sure if our troops could even dream of going in on a frontal attack on this castle, but however, I have a sinking sensation that if we leave this to nightfall, things will be 10 times worse. Like, I don't want to give the vampires or whoever's in this castle the opportunity for nighttime, and we are getting close to dusk, and I really think we should press an attack. But Sparrow's not here, and I mean, there's plenty of entry points we can point out. The front entrance looks like it's guarded by gargoyles. I'm assuming those are gargoyles. Otherwise, there are some really nice statues. The courtyard seems littered with all these veteran-looking mercenaries with these direwolves on their hips. And I haven't been able to detect any undead per se, but there are a swarm of harpies and other beasts of burdens that could, reinforce the troops at the bottom area, who can easily fly and be a bad news. So I don't know.
I have a question.
I might have answers. What's your question?
I'm not a wizardly type, but
I can
what
tell.
if we brought the castle down to our level?
I think the real estate value in that district would go down desperately. And I think that's something we would love to avoid if possible. Now,
Well,
if we
we
bring it
could-
down, we need to bring it down somewhere else.
I believe we could
So-
transport it, but that would require
That
a
would be a
very
lot
strong
harder than
wizard.
just bringing it down.
Yeah, that's something. That's some wishful thinking, is what I'm thinking. Hinting
I think
towards-
to take this out in one big swoop, it would be worth it, but I don't know. I raise my arms
I mean, if we were, go ahead.
Didn't you say earlier that there are different runes around the whole circular area of the castle that keeps it floating?
Well, yes, I
Why
did.
not?
And Rezard kind of chimes in. I did point that out to him earlier. Yeah.
Well, couldn't you just take out half of them and then it will fall to its side and slant, so then maybe some of the soldiers will fall off?
I don't think we want to destroy half of them, but if we destroyed enough of them on one side, it should careen off to the side and land outside the
Yeah,
city boundary.
or maybe it forces it to move in a certain direction.
That's true, that could be.
I
And
could
if
help
we
get
can get it-
somebody up there.
Now, I wouldn't put it past them, though, and this is to be devil's advocate, so to speak, but they might have ways to protect those ruins. They have to be placed in those locations, so they were obvious. But I think the harpies and anything else that could fly in that thing are like the support to keep people away from it if necessary.
Oh,
And there's
that's
no
what we're here
Well,
for.
there's no
You
telling if there's
teleported-
there's no telling if there's a magic barrier that's also surrounding it. We can't see that. We could just see what's visually there. So, I mean, it would
If we
take...
can
We
get you
have to-
close...
Let's all talk it together. Yeah. No,
Yeah, man, it's the best idea ever.
go for it. Who wants to talk?
And we can try and shoot an arrow to see if there is a physical barrier of preventing to penetrate that arrow.
And how do you presume to shoot that arrow since it's over 1,000 feet up in the air?
Let's replace that arrow with a cannonball.
how do you assume to shoot a cannonball directly up in the air and actually hit anything at 1,000 feet? Because that range isn't as big as you think.
Very big target.
If we got you close enough, could you? If we got you close enough, could you tell if there was anything?
Anyone could if they have detect magic. Well, I mean, you would still detect the room, but you can definitely see if there's something else around it too.
Sir,
Well, then that's our in to figuring out what's
Silence.
up with that.
Oscar.
your bow has a very large range, up to 600, right?
Yes.
So couldn't we just get you part of the way and then you fire the rest of the way? I mean, I have
That
this broom
could
that you
work.
can take.
In order to shoot my bow, I need both of my hands, and I'm not entirely sure if I can fly on that broom and shoot a bow.
Well, I'm sure another one of us has some boots that may leave you open with two hands.
Are you guys?
You know, I could punch a rune to death. I put my fist together.
We're not talking about the runes, we're talking about figuring out if there is a physical barrier preventing us from entering that place.
Well, yeah, no, I meant if there's no barrier there, of course.
And from this point, I'm assuming you can tell whether the arrow is going to impact or not board with those glasses that you have.
That was the idea, yes.
Oh, I mean,
Well-
given those boots, we could actually do this as far as seeing if a physical barrier.
As far as I see it now, we have two options. We figure out if there's a physical barrier with his bow, or we get the wizards up there to see it themselves and dispel it if possible.
And send them in a flock of angry harpies.
We would be there to protect him.
You.
And
Because
how
I mean,
you
we
can
can
fly.
all find a... I'm sure we could all find a way to get up there.
it's not getting up there that's the problem. It's having to fight midair up there.
Well, I think if I take that broom of yours, Oscar, take it up high, let myself drop, fire an arrow, and then somehow manage to climb back on top of that broom, that might be that might just work. But that is dodgy.
Like I was saying, we do have someone that has boots that would allow you to do the same thing if they were so kind to give it up temporarily.
I just, like, kinda
I
look
look
down
at my brother.
boots. Fine. I slowly take off my boot.
It's only going to be needed for a short while.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Doesn't
You need
it?
to attune to them, right?
It takes an hour to attune to that. Are you sure we got an hour? It's already getting to dusk.
Good point. I
No.
put my boots back on.
We don't have time for that. Alright, I want a piece of rope, Oscar, and I want that broom. I want to make my test flight to see how it works, and then... I really
be
hope
like
I'm
one
not
of those
going to hit the
surfboards.
ground here.
Alright. I do have an idea.
Does the
Not a
broom
good one, but
require
an idea.
attunement as well, or no?
No, it does not.
Alright, just checking.
But, okay, so... The ring requires attunement, but I'm pretty sure the attunement is for transferring spells to it, not out. Or am I mistaken?
I think you have to attune to it in order to put them in.
To take them out, though. To, like,
Well,
use them.
to dispel it?
No, to actually use the spell in the ring.
Well, you have to be attuned to use the spell in the ring to begin with, so no. You have to be attuned to it.
Yeah.
I was thinking yeah.
I mean, you
Okay,
attune to
I'll
it to
hand
store
the
your
broom over.
spell, so...
I know, and I was going to put a dimension door in it and give it to Zareth. That way, when he fell, he could just teleport back up.
But Zareth hates magic items.
I'm sure he'd use it if needed.
Would he though? Zareth, what would you do? Well, I mean, you're using a broom that's made of magic. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, and I don't really like that idea, but I prefer it more than just boots.
It sounds like it's solid. Yeah, sounds logical. So, what's the plan, guys? What are we doing?
So, and in order, if for when I do need to drop off the bow, I want to tie a piece of rope to the broom and then to myself so that I can pull the rope to get to the broom again.
Right, I can see that.
I'm trying to figure something out here real quick because I doubt this castle is completely unarmed.
As stated, it's got a lot of reinforcements up there.
I'm not worried about.
And yeah, there's no telling what defense mechanisms it might have.
Is ready. I want to make a test. I want to make a test fly in the castle courtyard and try and fire a bow to see how it goes.
By the way, there's
and
your
then either
token
that
to Oscar.
Oh, he said he was reading stuff.
Yeah, I see it. Continue, Zara. Sorry.
Yeah, if that goes reasonably well, I'm willing to take that bet.
So you're going to test drive the broom right now? Is that what we're doing?
Yes. And then just try to fire the bow at...
Alright, so we're doing a practice drive-by shot. Target. Make acrobatics at disadvantage. And then make an attack roll.
That's 19.
Alright, make an attack roll. And see what we get.
Select token. And that's 28.
Whether it's beginner's luck or if you actually have the balance for it, you are able to shoot nimbly at the moment. Now, you're at low altitude. You don't know how well this is going to work out at high altitude. So, something, I mean, that's a thought. It's like, you're doing good on the ground, but up there in the air, what's going to change is the thought that you have right now.
Alright, here we go. The castle has siege equipment, does it not?
Which one, ours or theirs?
Ours. Ours should have, ballista or trebuchet or something on the grounds.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd even take a cannon.
They have cannons that they had on the wall. As far as trebuchets, they haven't got any stationed here because the kingdom hasn't been suspected to be attacked. And most of their trebuchets have been sent out for war efforts.
Right, so we have a cannon here.
Yeah, easily a cannon.
Awesome. So I'm going to need 3 actions, I believe.
Well, tell me what we're doing here.
I believe it's page 255 in the DMG. Cannon, large object, AC 19, 75 hit points. Damage immunities are irrelevant for the point of this. Before it can be fired, the cannon must be loaded and aimed. It takes 1 action to load the weapon, 1 action to aim it, and 1 action to fire it.
Mm-hmm.
Ranged weapon attack, plus 6 to hit. Range 600, 2,400 feet. 1 target. On hit, 8d10 bludgeoning damage, 44 average.
Like the low range is 600, and then beyond that it's at disadvantage, right?
Yes, but it can reach 2,000 feet out, which covers the castle and change.
I should probably consider these things being further up then. But yeah, I guess that would be logical.
I mean, even if the castle's 2,000 feet in the air, I'm still going to try to take a shot at it.
Yeah. Alright, so if you want to... That's another option.
I'm just going to be looking at, Mr. Rambo here trying to hop on a the room with a bow and a rope. It was like,
Well,
guys, we have.
I mentioned the cannon, but I was told that it would.
I was told it wasn't. I told you it was going to reach because it looked like it would have to be a perpendicular shot to go up towards it from where the. That's another thing, though. You got distance from the castle itself, which is a good 500, 600, maybe 700 feet towards the where it's centered, and then it goes straight up 1,000 feet from there, and then you got that distance from the castle to castle. I don't know. I mean, I'll say
it's 500 by 1,000?
Well, think about this. The castle walls, where it was, and then the central square where you guys fought. No, that would actually be further, because center of town was further away. That would be 1,000 feet south of that. I'm going to say...
if we're 1,000 feet under it and 1,000 feet away from it, yeah.
Unless you make the movement to move the cannon closer to range, which will be, you're going to have to find some way to pack it, bring it down, and then lug it out somehow.
Star?
And I'm just telling you what I'm thinking that would need to be done. If you can get within range to fire it, yeah, you could do it. But at the current distance where the cannons are mounted on the wall, it's illogical for it to reach.
So it's 1,000 by 1,000 star?
Negative.
Yeah, that puts a hypotenuse. If we're 1,000 feet away from it, and then it's centered 1,000 feet up in the air, the hypotenuse is still only 1,400 feet. That's within cannon range.
No, I said I said it was additional 1,000 south of center square where you went to fight the beholder. Center is way down south of that. Is what I was trying to say. Sorry. So I would say that's a good 1,500 feet south in order to get to the center of where the castle is, and then it's still 1,000 up. But still, maybe, yeah, I think that might still reach. Then, if you want to put it that way.
Can the cannons be moved?
Well, I'm gonna double check some of the math here.
I mean, we can easily move.
You could go through a process to move them. Only problem is that's going to take time. And
okay, so if it's 2,000 feet south of us and 1,000 feet in the air, we're still actually within cannon range. The hypotenuse becomes 2,236 feet. And the cannon's long range is fucking 2,400.
That is like barely catching it.
It's barely, but it's in range.
Yeah, thing is, okay. So here's what I'm going to do.
And we're not looking for a perfect shot. We just want to figure out if there is a barrier there or not. So even a scrape would be good.
Now, if you want to find out,
we're not aiming at a really small target. We're aiming at a castle.
I know.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
So yeah, if you want to shoot it up there just to see if there's a barrier and you're not aiming at anything in particular, I think that's doable. But I was just trying to zone in on the point too. What if they're just protecting the ruins and not the castle itself? That would require like a called shot penalty. But if that's not your intention and you just want to check the castle, by all means you can do that.
I mean, if they're not protecting the castle as a whole, I'm going to tell these soldiers to get on those cannons and bombard the motherfucker. But we have to find out first.
Right. So, how are we going to do this?
Range weapon attack +6 to hit.
So, it would be a D20
So, 2d20
roll.
+6 at disadvantage.
DC...
Hey, does anyone have it large, or no? Just asking.
Sydney's. The cannons are mounted on the wall. If we make them twice as big...
Do you want to die?
No, not the cannons themselves, but the cannonball once fired.
No. You would lose momentum.
And how are you going to cast a spell on an object that flies that fast?
I'm just asking.
Negative. Nobody has it. You're cool. Let's continue.
Okay.
We got a conversation that's already been dragged out. Let's see what we're doing. So what is the agreed upon plan so far?
Cannon.
Let's fire a cannon at it.
Who's making the shot?
I was guessing Borden.
1 and 2. 3 is disadvantage. Now, I don't know what the castle's AC is.
True.
But considering how big it is, I'm assuming it's not too hot.
With that 11, you see the cannonball soar up whether it was the angle not perfect or the wind caught the ball and started blowing it down or whatever be the factors, it fell short of even hitting the castle's location and kind of falls off into like the center somewhere in the middle of town.
Well, let's load in another cannonball. I mean, we should have more than enough here.
I'll assist Gordon and fire it.
Yeah, and you got these guards
I'm
looking at
going
you
to-
like, what the hell are you guys doing?
I'm
It's-
going to prepare another cannon in case
Well,
the next shot misses as well.
I mean, you are taking time.
I'll
to do
flat
this,
tell
but-
him.
Yeah,
I'll flat
you're being
tell him.
questioned. You're being
We were
questioned.
told that there's a lot of reinforcements on the castle up there, so if we can bombard them beforehand to loosen up resistance, that'll mean taking it to the teeth is a bit easier for us.
Go ahead and fire.
Yes,
another
and
cannon.
why haven't you all thought of this? We should have been started as soon as that castle appeared. You should have been.
He folds his arms and waits for you to fire another cannon.
And I'm assisting him in shooting this.
There's no assistance. It's a disadvantage.
Yeah, none of us are trained in siege equipment,
Yeah.
so we can't assist advantage-wise. Now, you can help me get the turn counter down by helping load it, but you can't help me with the rolls. Actually, I might be able to help me with the rolls because I'm a fucking cheating asshat. Or not guidance, it was blessed
Yeah.
because I'm a cheating asshat. So if we have 3 cannons,
Yeah, I'll give you 3 cannons.
2.
Yep.
or we have 2
I'll
cannons.
go 3.
Tell you what,
or-
I'll give you 3 cannons, and if these 3 miss, you're gonna say, okay, you need to quit that. You're endangering the city and whatever's down there. But if they hit,
Alright,
you'll get your result.
so the gunners, quote unquote, whoever is making the shots, designate yourselves now.
What's the roll?
Zareth.
So we have Zareth
And Draken.
and Draken and me. So give yourself a bless
Yeah, so
and add a
roll
D4 to your rolls.
What's the roll for though? It's a
It's the D20 plus 6 ranged attack.
at disadvantage. Well,
Waste of a fucking crit.
yeah. So that didn't get too far.
So there's another 11.
I got a
19 and
13.
Did you roll your plus? Okay.
Yeah, he rolled the
Yeah, it's
disadvantage.
in there.
Yeah, you fired off 2 cannons so far, and the guard's like, "You're just blowing up the city. What the hell are you guys doing, Oscar?"
We need one last one.
That looks good.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
29.
Yes.
Leave it to the sorcerer. So you fired a shot.
The fucking rogue. This
Hey.
isn't magical. I can use this.
Yeah, yeah.
It blows shit up. Yeah, this works.
It goes all the way up, and it goes towards that pathway towards where the gargoyles are like lined up, and it seems to slam into something right at the gate, but it lands right there where the gargoyles are stationed. You're not sure if it was a
So there is
barrier
a barrier.
or a door. It could be just structure it hit, but yeah, it made its mark
so-
up there, and the cannonball is landed up there by those
Gordon,
gargoyles.
Gordon, do you see a dent up there?
Yeah, 2 miles. Well, no, it's not even a full
Yeah,
mile.
you-
So yeah,
That's well within your range.
do I eyes of the eagle see a? He needs to roll damage on that too, assuming it actually
Yeah.
hits something.
Yeah, well, what's the damage on that?
The damage is rather mean. 8d10 bludgeoning.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that d10. Let's see what's up. 8d10. Because this
Plus
might...
anything or just
No,
8d10?
Just
8d.
8d10.
You basically blew up a fireball
40.
up there.
All those
Yeah,
unlucky people that got hit.
That pathway looks like it's crumbling. Like it's about to fall off with those gargoyles on it. But it still seems to be intact, and the ground is, the angle doesn't let you see directly above. However, Archaic Eye inside the castle would lend a different view.
Yeah, I'm sure Spencer's like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh my god, you guys are blowing
It
up
can't
dynamite
be
up
hit.
there. But yeah, like, I'll just tell you what it is, and then, you know, you can only see what you see, and then eventually verify it with Spencer. You know that lip that was, like, sticking out, like, it might have been in, like, the drawbridge area leading into the castle when it was naturally planted. But at this point, you, like, nearly break the shaft of that construction and nearly tear off that part where these gargoyle statues are seeming to wait and linger.
Oh, you did double that for damage to a structure, right?
Trust me, that's about
siege weaponry.
No, then it's 80.
Well, it's 80. It's just broken cement and everything. Like, that door is probably dislodged part way. But yeah,
it can be hurt by the cannons then.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
I want me one of those. Those things are brilliant.
So I'm thinking, I'm looking at these soldiers who are trained in siege weapons. I'm like,
that's not an easy shot. It took you guys, what, 4 times to do it?
Shot.
And you're going to waste more resources than hitting that damn thing. Even if you hit that damn thing from here, you're going to destroy half the town in the process. We got orders to protect the city, not destroy it. So that's why we haven't done it yet.
If we don't destroy that, well, it may destroy part of the city. What's inside may destroy the entire city.
We're all gonna die if we don't take that thing down. City or no city.
Hey, I'll just look at them. You don't wait till nightfall and the vampires come out to play?
Make it intimidation.
So do you want all your blood sucked out?
Can I help with the intimidation? Because I'm gonna.
We're all helping.
we tangled with him. They're not.
We're all helping.
You don't even have to do a roll. You know, he's like, fine. You want to do it? And he walks off from his post. And you are left
if he's leaving us with the cannons, I think we have a pretty definite strategy for at least a few more rounds while we wait for Sparrow to get his ass back.
I would say there's... Hold on.
Do
Just so you know.
Who knows how to aim this cannon better?
Next to your cannons, there's only maybe 3 cannonballs remaining. And if you need more cannonballs, you're going to have to find somebody who knows where to get them. Because they seem to have a process of keeping, you know, massive amounts of exploding cannonballs away from the fray in case something bad happens. So, keep that in mind. But you can take 3 more shots each before something happens. Like, before you run out. And then need to find a way to reload.
Yeah, Oscar with his bag of holding sensors just...
Well, you gotta find it first. And that guard was kind of reluctant since you kind of chased him off. So what are we doing?
Oh, we didn't chase him off. We're just like, hey, we can do this or we can tangle with vampires.
Yeah,
like,
and he's like, I'm not sticking around for this. If that's what you're going to do, I'll make sure it's on my report. So what are we doing?
Well,
so I'm just rolling both and then adding a D4 to the lowest. So 17.
It fires up, almost gets to the gargoyles.
24.
Trips down. That one will lodge itself into the door. However, can't really tell what it's doing to it. Unless, hold on. I'm going to roll something random. Like, that one shot was pretty good for the doorway, but I'm trying to see if, like, the main doorway is always going to be aimed at. So, let's say... left side 1 to 5. 5 to 10 is mid. And
another 80 damage to
right.
whatever the fuck is getting hit. Suck it, Castle.
So, your shot fires, and it goes to, like, the side wall instead of the doorway, which they were aiming. And it slams up against the wall, but there seems to be, like, doesn't appear to done any damage to it. Like, maybe that's where the barrier is. And then it falls down.
Crazy.
Can I try to aim for the bottom part where the runes would be?
That would be a called shot. And I'll take a negative 6 penalty. It'll be a straight D20 roll at disadvantage.
It'd still be +4 because bless.
Yeah, you'll get the +4 from bless, but you're doing a called shot. You're trying to center, project. A lot of math here. And is this even Draken's strong point? Oscar, did you fire?
And then you put the ball in, you light the fuse, you hold your ears shut.
Yeah, it's supposed to work, right? Were you gonna fire your
And
3
wait
or
on-
leave it?
Wait on Xerath first.
Nah. Well,
Or-
considering that
Well, there's only 3
Uh,
cannons, right? Who's on the cannons?
Yeah.
Oscar's not on one then. Alright. Never mind.
No,
Xerath.
Xerath is.
Xerath is. Alright.
This is me, Zereth, and
So,
Gordon.
considering that Dragon's Ball on the wall did not do anything, I'm going to try and shoot for one room.
When someone tried to hit the bottom, I missed.
Yeah, I'm on it. Let me try and adjust the cannon. 4!
1.
I blow up the castle gate!
And then that guard who was getting onto you before comes back up. It's like, what the hell are you doing? You're shooting at our own castle now. Look, this is getting out of hand. You guys aren't trained in this. You got lucky with a shot, but honestly, I think you need to find a different way to do this.
Actually, I think we got like 3 shots.
If you want to make some
All
more
All
shots,
things
like he's
considered,
just,
their
like
castle's
he's just,
more
like he's
messed
just
up than
coming.
ours.
Yeah, he's just coming out the bitch at you, especially after you rolled that natural 1. 22 to 4. Okay, so yeah, you got 2 shots left. What do you want to do? As this guard is like harassing you.
Charging battery.
I mean, I would find it somewhat poetic if we buried the vampires in their own castle. Because if that thing starts crumbling down a little bit, it's killing something.
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna check in with Spencer and see if those balls actually did something more than
So you're leaving the post?
I am leaving the cannon, yes.
Alright, well, it'll take you a while to get there, and I need to know, are you guys going to keep volleying or what?
I mean, you give a dwarf a cannon.
Yeah, go for it. Make them rolls, friend. Like you're doing straight roll or...
So 18. Because another wasted crit.
Did you roll your d4?
I did. That's why the 16 isn't 8. I just rolled a d20 plus 6 and then 1d4 to add to the lowest.
Oh, were you trying called shot? Oh, okay, I see what you did. Never mind, sorry. Yeah, 18. Let me roll a d20, see where it's going to land. Because depending upon where it lands. Yeah, it lands on the left side of the wall, and you see it clutter. It might have damaged some bricks, but the impact should have done more damage than that, and it bounces off and soars to the bottom of the ground.
And just for my own interest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would have done 92 points total.
you displaced 1 brick from the force of the blow, but the rest of it just repelled the damage of that ball, and some poor building way down below is going to take 46 damage. And that was on the left side of this. So you can kind of see where I'm hinting, but I'll let you decide what you want to keep on doing.
I think we should stop. We can see that the main building can't be hurt, and well, we can see if the runes could.
So that was 1 more shot on that cannon. Any more? Draken, you're stopping?
I'm done. I don't
Alright.
want to shoot anymore.
Borden, you got 1 more shot. Do you want to take it?
Yeah, no, if you think I'm not taking cannon shots to try to,
No, I'm
help us
offering
out
it.
later.
I'm offering it. Go for it, dude. You got it. You got 1 more shot there. Matter of fact, you could pick up his balls and bring them over. Yeah, an 18 though. Let's see where it goes.
That's without the d4 added.
Alright.
It'd be 19 total.
19 total. The structure in front of the doorway seems to... Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh! 114!
The doors are wide open, and then it seems to impact the ground, but it doesn't seem to go very far from that spot. Like, it stops right there at the door, but the doors are busted wide open. So the door structure to the front door.
Having seen that, I'm just gonna go, room service!
You want to grab those other balls since they don't want to fire? And the guard on the side's like,
I'll
lucky
take a
shot.
No one
Oh,
else does.
You
Alright.
seem to have good luck with this. You should try to hit where the runes would be.
Well,
to see if
Oscar
that's
is taking a
destructible.
shot. Please hush for a minute. Let Oscar
No,
take a
I-
shot. No. You called you were taking a shot, so I need you to take your shot. And you can have that conversation with Borden here in a second. So 1d20 plus 6 if you're not aiming, but if you're calling a shot, take the plus 6 off. Are you calling a shot or straight at it?
Straight.
Alright, go ahead and fire you at disadvantage. Nice. Nice. Let me see where it lands. Okay, and let me see if it's going to hit anything that we know about. Alright. So you fire off and it hits the right side of its structure, slams into it, and kind of similar to what you saw earlier. You want to go ahead and roll damage? Damn! 2 bricks fall out, but the rest of the structure remains, and it goes careening straight down to the bottom of the ground, destroying some unforeseen structure at the bottom.
Cool, we just killed the house.
You don't know, you can't see down there.
See, here's the only thing that really irks me about this, right? If the cannonballs are impacting the structure and knocking out bricks, the momentum would carry the brick and the cannonball into the rest of the courtyard.
But apparently some of the courtyard bricks are outside of whatever it is, and some of them are inside, and the doorway must have been sticking out. Or they were just welcoming you in and waiting to see if you were coming. They were waiting for their room service.
So, at the time that they fire at those couple of shots, would I have been able to make it to...
Yeah, unfortunately it takes 3 rounds to load, aim, and fire.
Yeah, I'd say you'd make it by now. What are you asking?
So, Spencer, we fired at some cannonballs at their castle. Did that do anything?
You don't say.
Yeah, Borden found a new toy.
Yeah, so you guys managed to damage the front door entryway. And that cliff is barely hanging by a thread. Like, one good direct shot, whatever those gargoyles are there, they will fall to the ground and probably tear something up. Meanwhile, on the left side of where I seen some of these shots go, we watched the cannonball and it seemed to hit some kind of carriage stable down below, and it looked like that building is now impacted and destroyed. There was another shot that seemed to have done something and it got dislodged towards the right side. It looks like some tents from the poor side of town got ravaged. Easy to repair though, so that's good. Hopefully everybody evacuated. But other than that, as soon as we saw this last shot go straight through the door and tore it off its hinges, however, the impact only went to about 3 or 4 inches past the door, and it looks like there might be some kind of field protecting it.
So, over at that telepathic bond, I'm going to say, it's like, hey guys, remember that stable where we ditched that car that we found Lindsay in?
Yeah.
It's gone. So, Spencer, considering, for what we see, there is definitely a barrier around it.
Yes. And Zarek, give yourself inspiration if you don't already have it. I want to give inspiration out to Draken and Oscar.
I mean,
And Borden. Because you all done some creative stuff. So if you didn't have inspiration, you have it now.
And Spencer,
Yes.
can you try and teleport something in the castle, like an apple or red or something?
Or explosives. Sorry, not that.
Look, teleport requires me to only be able to teleport a creature, myself or those around me. And I can't just use like a teleport circle. I don't know if they have a teleport pad up there. I would have to know the rune. But if I was to use teleportation, I could take people there. But this barrier could eject. Like, do we know if they have any kind of anti-magic shells or something? Like, I don't know if they're capable of.
Yeah, that's why I wondered if you could teleport a rat in there and see what happens. But...
Yeah, to what? The thing is, if I teleport in there and I'm not allowed, I mean, I don't know how fast I can fly and...
You always have to go with the teleport then, so that isn't an option. There isn't a way that you just do things and that whatever is you want to teleport appears up there. With you staying here.
Look, I have some ideals. I mean, you're welcome to have your ideals and share them, and we'll contemplate together with you, but something short of maybe a... It all depends. Like, if they're using some kind of anti-magic inside this dome to an extent to keep people from getting in. I mean, I've heard of that. I would do it if I had the ability. If we can find some way to bring the dome down, like, it is shelling that place. Like, they're allowing you to hit structures maybe to falsely make you think you're doing some good, who knows. Or if that was just part of the thing, they couldn't reach all the way around the castle and cast this. Now, we could try to teleport, but at the same time, that's risky because if we don't react fast enough and we fall all the way, that's a lot of damage. It's a long fall.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long fall.
I mean, you know, concentrating on a spell while falling is a hard thing to do.
I can't imagine that, but then again, I have no idea how magic works.
I mean,
from those entry points, have you seen any underneath the castle with the runes, like a balcony or?
Not really. I can't tell from just looking here. Like, even though we got the eye up there visualizing everything, if there's like a magic crest, it's probably hidden. It's just that these are runes that are active. Like, if it's not active, we can't find it without detect magic or dispel magic to dispel it if we know where it's at. And, yeah, it just goes back to...
Spencer, sorry, give me a minute. I'm over telepathic bond. I'm going to poke Borden.
Poke.
Borden, do you see any entryways at the bottom of the at the bottom of whatever that castle is flying on? That arcane eye thingy doesn't appear to able to catch on it.
So he's asking me if I see tunnel entries that would have been underground in the massive hunk of rock this thing's floating on.
Yes, I am.
Make a perception check with your eagle eyes, I suppose.
And look near the runes, because those might need maintenance.
You get a bonus for the eyes, or no?
Advantage.
Yeah. I just didn't have it toggled, so I was like...
Okay. It looks like a lot of earth is underneath this castle. Let's see here. From this view, and it... Like, they don't even know you're asking, but at the same time, like, they can visually see as good as Borden is right now. And, like, you don't make out anything obvious. So if there are secret entrances, they might be... I don't know, the thought process is like... You know, there are certain... okay, I'll put it this way. Like, you think that these certain grooves in the dirt might indicate that there might be a door there, but you can't tell for sure without being right up there on it. Because it's the same color.
I'd like to argue that. So knowing ways that castles are built.
Yeah, but this isn't the castle. This is the earth underneath the castle. Like, it's not even stone. It's earth in nature. brown colored, and you're this far away from the actual scene. Like, your eye is discerning quite a bit, like the grooves where doors could be, but it's not telling you that they're definitely there because they're either camouflaged or they don't exist. That's the thought process.
Okay, so I'm going to poke back to Spencer. It's like, sorry about that, but apparently Borden isn't able to see anything either with those lovely glasses of his. Well, you were saying that you didn't see any entryways, and after that I got a bit lost. It's weird having voices in your head.
I can dispel that for you if you want.
How are we doing on time too? Because
Yeah,
starting to get
it is starting to get. See, let me look here.
Look,
like game time.
We need to get
we're
up
getting-
there and do something right now.
Yeah, I would say. It's
So
getting
I
closer
think
and
we should
closer to
dispel
dusk.
it. That's my vote.
What he was talking
Like, we
about was
get
the
the
voices
wizards
in it.
up there.
No. When I said earlier dispel, I meant the voices in his head. But they mentioned that it might be capable of being dispelled, but still, it's going to take a physical investigation to find out if they can even cast there without being disrupted. It's a little bit of a puzzle.
Wait, can we have Crimzu fly us up there?
Hmm.
I go find the people who work with Crimzu or whatever. I forget their names.
Ninny?
Yes, Ninny.
You see your brother
Sorry.
running off on a whim. I mean, are you having that conversation with everybody aloud?
Yeah, I say that out loud, like, wait, what if Crimzu could fly us up there? And then I run off.
Do any of you react to that, or?
I'll go with him.
I'm not there.
Well, and he probably didn't say it to you because he just said it out loud. Alright,
It
so
was out loud, so.
so everybody else is staying up here on the wall. So, well, you can continue your conversation as they're tracking down Ninny. Sarah.
I have no idea what I wanted to ask anymore.
Okay, if that was it, then... I mean, they're pretty much telling you, like... If we can somehow... get up there, but if we can get up there safely somehow to do this, then yeah. Alright, so Draken, you were looking for Ninny. Make an investigation check to see if she's still in the camp.
Yep.
Would you like me to help you?
And
Yes.
by the way, I go back to the wall.
So that'd be an advantage.
Yes,
Oh,
that'll be an advantage.
15.
Thank God you caught them as they were about ready to walk out the door. Did you need something as you kind of watched you panting coming up to him? Or, whatever you did. Yeah.
I had a couple questions. I know that Crimzu's a busy person, but we need to get
Dragon?
a... What? Yes, busy dragon. Sorry. Apologies. I was wondering if it would be possible for him to graciously get us and some wizards up towards the camp.
Okay, first, make a persuasion check for Ninny. Her DC's really low.
Persuasion. Fuck me!
She looks at you with sympathetic eyes and's like, well, let me ask him. And she kind of turns to the side and's like, well, you heard
I
his
was
offer.
gonna
what do you
say,
think?"
inspiration.
Oh, well, how about you save that because you succeeded. Like I said,
Oh,
her,
I see.
her,
Okay.
her DC was super low. Now you gotta deal with this guy. And you hear this voice bellow out. It has been a while since my coffers have been filled. I will do this for no less than 100 cookies.
We know a cook. sir.
I'll get you these cookies. I say as I start to wrap my face up and plan to go to the kitchen again.
I want you to make a persuasion check with advantage. You want to use that inspiration now?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Wow!
Hold on. This is what happens.
I'm so over this.
So he tells you, it's gonna have to be up front. I don't think I could trust your kind. Especially you hobbitses or you halflings.
I'm a dragonborn. I kind of curl up into a ball and start
step
crying.
on his foot. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm already on the ground, like in a fetal position.
Kick the halfling! Kick the halfling!
I'm sorry, he does not want to do so unless he gets a tribute of some sort. I could try talking to him, but I can't guarantee he'll be... Like, even though we're partners, I can't force him to do what he doesn't want to. The only thing he's forced to do is make sure I don't die. And don't even think about it. She says as she stares daggers at...
I'm confused.
She's got this scent of something sinister going on.
I'm confused.
Draken,
I'm like...
Go to Cindy and ask her if we can have some of her cookies.
Right?
Sydney!
I run off.
I want none of those cookies! You can find your own way up.
I have a plan. I run out of the castle at full speed.
And
I want to find every bakery as fast as I can, spending as many key points to go as fast as I can.
Warning.
And I did get my
Warning.
key refilled.
Warning. Doing so could be hazardous.
Are
to
you
your health.
up?
Sorry, what?
I am warning you of the consequences of this decision. Because...
I understand I could die, but it's for the greater good. So I'm willing to take the risk.
Okay.
To find 100 cookies.
So, as you run out the gate, do you say anything about what you're doing? Because right now, he's not convinced you're doing anything.
Be right back, gonna look for cookies. Runs off.
As long as they're not from that woman.
They won't be.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm sonicking it. I like if I get near enemies, I'm full on, using my
here's the thing.
disengage and
I'll get into that because you do have a lot of clear field, but the district that has the shops that you're looking for are at the northeast side of town. I mean, you're already north, so you would practically have to go directly east where you fought the Maven and hope that bakery or those 2 or 3 bakeries haven't been destroyed. There's a possibility you might know where some are down closer to your home, but this is going to take time. And while you're out doing that, I have to go back and see what everybody else wants to do because you're a contingency plan from the sound of it. And
that's fine.
Isabella, you're left in front with Ninny. Did you want to tell her anything?
Telepathically, I say I know I can die out here, but
You were interrupting the scene. I'm sorry. I need to hear what she says.
I'm pretty sure my brother will do whatever he can to help with the city and get us where we need to be to bring that fucking thing down.
Crimsu, if you wouldn't be so mean, these people need our help. Yes, but I'm tired of doing things for free, and you should be too. That's basically all that's going on for now. Some of that might have actually been heard aloud because he's not very quiet. Not when he's, being very verbal about his cookies. So, the deal that was struck, you guys all heard.
I'm sorry you're breaking up.
Well, I didn't want to go out with you in the first place.
Could I do a perception check to see if I can hear if he wants cookies?
You heard it. Like I said, he pretty much bellowed the deal out loud, and everybody has,
Okay.
heard what happened. I'm rolling something for him just to check something. All right. Yeah, he's not caving in on this. If he would have felt that, he would have probably listened, but yeah, he doesn't seem to be caving in. On the wall, we have people with cannonballs and cannons. What do you want to do?
As soon as I step out of Spencer's office, over telepathic bond, I want to poke to, to everyone, because I'm not sure where everyone went. It's like, to the people on the wall, can you start collecting that black powder stuff that we charged the cannons with to bring up to that castle if we need to step foot in there?
Are you asking to take royal infantry items to that castle up there? Says the guard that was kind of like watching over you guys doing all these pot shots.
Blowing it up seemed to work. And I just came back from the mages, and I'm not entirely sure if they can dispel those rooms that apparently are on the bottom of the castle. So if we can get there, blow some out, something might happen. Hey, at least we're not shooting cannonballs anymore, so improvement.
Make a persuasion check and we'll see if he'll give you some gunpowder somehow.
Persuasion. 21.
If it gets rid of that thing without destroying our city, I'll see what I can do. I'll find you a barrel. Gonna be enough?
I have no idea how many rooms.
Barrel will be enough.
Sure, a barrel
he rolls off and goes to get it.
Somewhere.
You're left talking to yourself now. What about the rest of you?
Could Cindy start making some cookies?
No. Like, no. The kitchen is making stew for everybody. And it's being manned, which means they're not very lenient to lax up the kitchen. Like, the whole idea of him asking for 100 cookies like that is like, I know it's an impossible thing, and you're not going to do it. So now you accept my answer, and I can be on my way. It's kind of like if you were to make an insight on him, and that would have been it. Like, he definitely gave an impossible task, and he's like, I'm not taking any part. I've already done enough. This isn't my city. We're not getting paid for this.
It'll just take 20 minutes.
In real life. Not in game, it won't. Especially when there's no oven for you to put them in. That you know of.
I just need to heat metal.
Cindy, there's no point. There's literally no point.
Yeah,
and Crimson's just kind of like saying, let's go. Had enough of this place. It's not fun anymore. And Nitty's trying to buy time for something to happen. Borden, Oscar, are we doing anything on the wall, or... Because your party's split.
I'm gonna go find the guard.
He's right there. He just talked to Zareth.
Yeah.
What do you want? Sees you approaching.
Where do you keep your arms for defensive measures?
Points at the cannon you
Where's
just left.
your armory?
Armory's under scrutiny for the military. I mean, I shouldn't be telling you. Or you need something in specific. I might be able to help you acquire
more ammunition.
I really shouldn't. Like, I have a good feeling part of this town's going to be destroyed because of what you're trying to do. I really should. Make a persuasion check.
Sir, if we do not do this, the entire town could be destroyed.
Make that persuasion. Because he's already getting you a barrel of explosives.
Would roll it too.
Yeah. You want to waste your inspiration, or...
You know what? Screw it.
Roll them bones. 10.
Natural one.
Oh, sorry, buddy. So yeah, he's like, look, I'm already bringing you back some black powder. I'm bringing you enough black powder to hopefully knock that thing out of the sky. So pardon me if I don't part with my arms.
So, over telepathic bond,
Mm-hmm. He's walking away, by the way.
I'm going to ask. So, Calic is alive and well, right?
As far as you know.
Yeah, we saw him fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as we know, yes.
I really don't need to hold anything back. So, I'll grab the guard
What do you think you're doing?
and I'll prepare a firebolt. Would you kindly show me where the armory is now?
I highly suggest you put that flame out before I put yours out. This is one of them situations again, Razor.
I know, and
Yeah.
everything is telling me to kill him, but
Um,
because I'm dead anyways.
perhaps.
Fine, I'll let him go.
That's good. Now, as for your friend, I'll have that barrel out in just a moment. And he'll sprint off and go get the barrel. Take some time. Is there anything else you want to do on the wall? I mean, there's still what? A cannonball waiting to be shot if needed? Gordon, are you doing anything besides watching all that?
Nah, I'm leaving that cannonball alone. It's like very specific places where we can actually do things.
And I was asking if Gordon wanted to do anything.
If I still have a loose cannonball, fuck these people. I've still got blasted up. I'm gonna take another.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't think 13 does anything but hit the wall and sit there. So
I'll say you get lodged next to the gargoyles. So it's like one, but it didn't do any damage. Literally, kind of like missing the impact. Like it got up there at max velocity, started slowing down, and then it just placed itself right there as if that was where it was going to impact at max velocity and then cut off, you know? Like where the momentum stopped. But yeah, that'll finish off all the cannonballs at your disposal at the moment. This is going to take a while. So, Draken, if you want to sacrifice all of your key points right here, right now, I will say this takes you 15 minutes. But if you go by,
Alright.
if you go by normally, this would have taken you 2 hours. Roll
Yeah,
me.
sure, I'll do that.
Roll me 3 investigation checks. You managed to find 3 bakeries. We're going to see if they're intact. Or
Alright,
actually,
let's see.
let me rephrase that. I'm going to give you a better chance here. Roll me an investigation first to find out how many bakery shops you find.
Oh god, please don't.
Good luck.
Don't
Nice.
this.
You find
Okay.
6 bakery shops in your sprint, your mad dash. You're stepping of the wind. You're doing everything you can to and then I need you to make me 6 investigation checks to find out how many cookies you can score. Nice, nice. Semi good. Nice. Not good.
I can re-roll that one.
Go for it. Good job. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powerful successes. Let's see what we're gonna do. You know what? You hit 3 of them, and you walk away with over 150 cookies.
This'll do.
This will do.
And with that, I will take out my white bottle and then chug it.
Roll
Smash it on the
Constitution-
ground and start running back.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah.
You would do something stupid, wouldn't you? Bonk!
Oh God! No.
Hey, wait.
Bonk!
Reroll the 1, so it's a 12.
Yeah.
I don't fall over. I'm now drunk, but I'm on
How
my way
can
back.
you re-roll that?
He's a halfling.
I'm
Halfling.
a halfling.
Yeah. You were going to get there earlier, but it's going to take you an extra 5 minutes because you lost momentum.
That's fine.
Yeah. So,
That's fine.
yeah. So it's going to be the full 15 to get back. So during that
Alcohol
15,
powers me.
so 15 minutes during all of that, yeah, it technically does. So I probably shouldn't even penalize you for it. So I'll say you make it back in 10 minutes. I'll work with you on that one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so you get back in 10 minutes. During that 10 minutes, he's
Because-
gone. Ninny's being told we need to leave. We don't need to be here anymore. Like, you can hear soft grumblings from the ethereal bleeding out as he's like, "Roar." And Isabella, I think you're still there in front, right? Izzy? Are you mute? Lexi?
Lexi! Best boy!
Hey, best boy's here. Come back. Lexi?
I'm back now.
No, I didn't even know you went. Sorry.
I went BRB.
Okay. Well, in that case, I just want to let you know Ninny's being told by Crimsu to leave. She's like, hold on. But at the same time, you're there kind of hearing the grumblings of Crimsu. It's like, we shouldn't be here. They're not going to get the cookies. Let's just go.
I mean,
Do you want to say anything to try to get them to stay longer? Or, like, we had a good roll on Draken, so...
I probably won't have much on Crimsu with the persuasion, but I can try to persuade Ninny to hold him off a little bit longer.
Yeah, what's
even
that?
if it's like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, so you're trying to buy for time. What's the conversation like? Like, what are you telling her?
Ninny, we really need to find a way up there because we don't. A lot of innocent lives are going to be lost, and the kingdom could probably crash and burn. And you could hear this with a sorrowed tone in her face, and her eyes are starting to well in water.
Death comes for us all eventually, doesn't it? And she kind of turns to that voice, Crimsu. Make a persuasion check. What's your question while she's making her check?
Couldn't I telepathically say that I'm on my way back, maybe?
Well, this is during the beginning. Because she's trying to buy you time.
Alright.
I'm going to roll just a general insight for Ninny. I probably got it. Wow, that's great. So she rolled a 3, which means you win the persuasion. And she just folds her arms and says, we're going to wait here. And if they manage to do what you ask, you have to do as you promised. Am I correct? Are you going to back out of your deal? And you can hear a soft, "Arrgh. No, I won't back out of my deal. But whenever I'm right, should have known we should have left sooner." And she just kind of turns to you. We'll do what we can to wait. So, at this point, is there anybody else that wants to achieve something while we're waiting for Draken to come back with a ride?
As soon as that soldier comes back with that barrel of black powder, I want to...
Ignite it and blow up the castle?
It's
Great
one
idea!
big
No.
Yeah. I want to place it in the throne room and blow everything up.
Might as well. You're never going to get this chance ever again. No.
I want to...
Yeah, he...
I want to divide it in smaller amounts.
And he warned you that's not a good idea. Unless you have, like, protective equipment to hold this stuff in, you shouldn't be separating it at all. Like, leave it in the barrel or...
So,
Fine, you could...
a potion vial wouldn't work.
I guess it would. It's like it's your body if it blows up. What are you doing? How many vials you got?
I'm going... Oh, I got a lot.
I had a lot. Never mind.
Yeah,
I lost them.
Well, he hands you a clipboard and says, I need you to fill this out so we know where it went. Hands you an acquisition form.
Sure. I am going to sign it with the name Nayland.
Type that out. What name? Nyland? Okay. I'm gonna make him roll an insight. Make a deception check.
Deception.
Roll high because that doesn't have the plus modifier. By 1 point, he accepts the signature and lets you go.
Star.
Cool.
Yes.
I also want to have another conversation with Minnie.
By all means. So she's like standing there impatiently waiting along because she has to deal with this guy in the shadows.
I lower myself to my knees and I say, if this gets us our help, you will have my promise that I will serve you.
No, Raya's child, please, no. She kind of like pulls her hand to your chin and tries to lift you up. You don't need my help. Not in the way that these girls do. They're not with me because they need me. They're with me because I need them to know that they got a better life than... No. And she just continuously just raises you to your feet. I honor your commitment. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Persuasion.
You will have your help. If you can get your brother back here, it's gonna happen. But where's my... Look, you saw this. She's willing to put her life on the line. And he just kind of grumbles in acceptance. But at this time, the cookies are obtained.
They say, Draken, you better hurry up.
And you do have the cookies. And you just finished slugging down his bourbon.
Don't worry, I got this.
Oh my god.
And they don't know if you got this or not. They're like, what?
I mean, they didn't hear that, but
You try to act serious, but you have a brother who's a drunken monk.
And here's the thing. Did you use the voice on, like... Yeah, you said that out loud, or did you...
No, I did that... Oh.
Yeah, him. Did he telepathic, or did he say it out loud?
Oh, I probably did both.
And here's the problem. So they don't even know if you succeeded in your mission. You're like, I got this. That's all they hear? Alright. That's what I wanted to check.
I'll be on my way back in a second.
Just barf.
No,
And then it
he's
cuts
better
out.
than that.
You hear some dry
Yeah.
heaving here and there. I don't know. You're making your
Where
way
did
back.
he got that ill from?
Anyways, but
Are you asking
how long does
everybody
it
in the
take you?
chat line? Like, it's going to take you a couple minutes just to get back, but yeah.
But no, I'd say I got this. I got it.
Alright, so unless anybody else is doing anything in particular to prepare for anything, I mean, we could just speed this up a little bit and get Draken back to the base. Anybody want to interject or no?
No. I'm good.
Draken, you make it back. Ninny and your sister are waiting there. She looks like she's in a groveling position. You can see Ninny telling her, don't worry about it.
You see a beet red Draken running with the force of 1,000 ales.
Okay,
And then-
I have a question for you.
I
Does it
Oh,
mean
yeah,
that you
sure,
are?
what?
that you were swinging about on the street and not being able to run in a straight line.
Yeah, like the way you being perceived right now is not the best.
I'll put it to
I
you
feel
like
like
this.
Putting that out there.
Let me chime in for a second. Just so everybody knows, his class is Drunken Monk. So it doesn't make sense for him to be drunk, but in his drunken state, he's technically more heightened sense-wise. But he has misforgivings because of his current action, so it's also fair to assume that he's nothing but a lousy drunk. So just to be fair to his class, let alone what you think of him.
I mean, there's a point where you play your class and a point where you also reflect poorly on the group as a whole.
That is true too.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to,
Well, no, I just say the force without. I'm saying I'm running fast. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, and you make it
I just
back.
don't want it to look bad.
So in walks Draken with the big old bag of cookies.
I have your cookies and a little bit more, and I hold it out to whoever wants to take it.
The flames spit through the air and the form of Crimsu takes shape in a small-sized dragon almost similar to like a fairy dragon size. And he stares over the shoulder of Ninny and looks upon the tribute that you have brought him. He sniffs the air. Perhaps I can't trust these insolent creatures for a while. Very well. And he pulls up with like a claw towards your tribute, and it levitates into the air next to him and then disappears. That shall fill my coffer for a while. What service have you of me?
We need to get up to that castle.
I look over to my sister and say, I told you I had it.
Not
If you don't mind
squabbling,
me, I have to go.
children! He bellows at both of you, indiscriminately. If you want my services, let's make this happen quick. I'll take all of you to the top. Who all am I taking? And at this point,
We need to get the wizards, yeah.
who all are we taking? Because not like he has
It
a
was
capacity
get
load, but
me, us and the wizards is what I had said at first.
well, I'm not gonna rehaggle this deal, halfling. Gather those who are coming here, and then I'll carry you up.
Alright, I go get, I'm guessing... Fuck, what's his name again?
Spencer?
Yes, Spencer and whatever mages, maybe like a couple
Yeah,
more,
there's
I
a
don't
good
know.
handful with them. I even though I'm skipping on a few of the names. I remember Halo, and I remember, Terry?
Hello.
Terry? I remember Terry off the bat. But yeah, so you managed to bring out the mages, and you telling everybody else to gather, or are they going to stay on the wall?
Well, I would ask him to gather, yeah.
Yeah, well, ask them.
Over the intercom, I say, guys, we should all gather at the gate. I got us around.
Everybody but Sydney got the message. What do you guys want to do?
You're writing what?
And as you say that, you see this giant red dragon start forming in the courtyard. And it expands out, and you think it's going to get bigger, but he kind of limits his length, and he's like, alright, I gotta wait till we get in the air to go any bigger. He kind of mumbles to himself.
I look towards wherever the party is, and I give a thumbs up.
What's everybody doing? I mean, I know it's obvious, but I need you to tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna go ahead and load on to Crimson.
He cannot
yeah.
carry a castle. And we're not
That
detaching.
casket of that
And he-
casket of
And he's not
black
gonna.
powder cannot fit. Can that fit in the bag of holding or in that haversack I have?
Yeah, you can put it in the bag of holding. Haversack, not so much. Unless you just dump the contents in. Which might not be a good idea.
Let's not do that.
No.
Alright, if there's nothing else, I would get on the back of Crimson.
Yeah, his
Looks
wing
at
kind
Ninny.
of looms down. And Ninny looks physically weakened all of a sudden, but she like climbs up his wing too, and kind of like asked you all to come up accordingly, and Spencer and his group finds a spot. And there's plenty of room for everybody in your party to jump onto.
Can I insight check that?
Sure.
Because I'm worried about Ninny, because, I mean, I don't know her that much, but still, she's helped us a lot.
This exchange of energy that goes on between Ninny and Crimsu, whenever Crimsu takes his larger form, seems to wear her out. Without it's like for this presence to be here, there's always going to be a price to pay.
So a bit of her life force drains out of her, right?
Yeah, pretty much. She's just weakened, is what you're getting. So yeah, you feel concerned. So at the same time, you're thinking you shouldn't waste this moment that you've bargained for. She will bring Area with her, but the rest of the girls are going to stay put and defend if needed. And she tells them, I'll return as soon as I'm able. Is everybody else getting on?
Yeah, I'm going my way that way as well.
Oscar
Cindy
and
still
Boyd.
doesn't know what's going on.
You see people, you see friends getting on the back of Crimsu. So you can connect the dots that far. I mean, if you want to make an insight check and...
I just didn't know where I would be, though. That's
No.
problem.
Yeah,
I don't know how big this castle is.
Well, he's only filling the courtyard right now. And that's right, you don't know how big the castle is. It's still a speck in the sky.
No, the castle that we're in. The last thing I did was go to
yeah.
try to get cookies done.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I got my broom back from Zareth.
Yeah, you would.
Then you did.
I would ride my broom, not Crimson.
Sounds good.
I don't the slaver's home.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I was just thinking to myself, those who could fly would fly. But at the same time, you're given a spot on his back. Borden, you're getting on? Or we taking pot shots?
Yeah, this is a mess.
Yeah. And
Cindy's getting on.
so we got Oscar flying. You got boots, but are you going to stay on Crimsu? I mean, you're welcome to.
Oh. I guess if it would open up a spot, I would fly.
Well, I'll put it this way. Like, you won't be able to keep up if you don't get on Crimsu.
Oh, good point.
I think we're
I'll
boarding a
stay on
plane
Crimson.
and there are a ton of seats.
No.
Yeah.
So,
I'll stay on Crimson, yeah.
Crimsu kind of shakes everybody around a little bit and is like, don't get used to transportation. Is everybody ready? If you fall off, well, he kind of trails off.
Hold on.
Crimsu, don't let
Cindy
nobody
grabs
fall.
onto his scales as best as possible.
Yeah. And Ninny's like whispering towards him. He's like, don't be mean. Just do the deed. He kind of shakes his head. He's like, very well. And at this point, everybody's ready? The mages are.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
grab something to hold like a spine or so.
Yeah, it's all... it's uncomfortable. Alright. Wing starts flapping. He gets a little bit of space and he's flying up in the air. Then his form expands just a little bit more and then he hears like whimpers coming from Ninny. He's like, I need to stop at this point. This will have to do, he says, as he soars up towards the castle in the sky. You guys are taken on a quick, hurling leap through the air as the wind blows past your hair. The fiery breath of the dragon just kind of illuminating the sky before him, and he's like examining the castle as he gets closer. He's like, I'm gonna make a pot shot as I come in. And he lets off a fireball and he sends it straight through the front gate. The wood that has already been splintered explodes in flames, and it just licks right there at the barrier. And he's like, that's discerning. Mages, you better do something about this. And he kind of lands close to the gargoyles. He didn't land, but he's like hovering, floating at that lip. And just kind of like offering, like, what do you guys want to do at this point? Like, what's the directive?
Alright, Spencer, let's see what we can do about dispelling this stuff.
Alright, so what I need to do, so that I can learn about our entourage that came with Spencer. Let's look at spell lists, everybody.
Looking.
If you came along with the one that I made, he knows Dispel Magic.
I know Dispel Magic also.
Okay. Yeah, because right now what we're trying to discern is whether or not Spencer's going to be burning his spells up first or yours. So let me look at... Bartov is you, right? Jason?
I'm gonna
Yes,
look
Bartov
at
is Jason.
hollows too.
Found and enlarge and reduce.
Oh
always
yeah, I
used
didn't
the
take
castle
Dispel. Oh yeah, I have Dispel Magic. I could just say I switched it out for some.
Fill everything out.
Yeah, I mean if you have it learned, then yeah. Alright.
Yeah. We'll see if we
Anybody
can-
who has detect magic.
Hollow does.
Alright,
I
so...
got it.
Just for detect.
Well, yeah, we're going to detect what magics are around this location. So, yeah, just throw the spell up. Just make sure I'm reading right. If you want to click that for us. And we'll say, like, Spencer turns to Hollow. It's like, alright, Hollow, go ahead and detect magic and tell us what you see. And for 10 minutes, you're going to focus on all the magics that you see before you. Within
Do
30
I
feet.
post the card?
Yeah, you did.
Or no?
Or Oscar did it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And you learn school magic, Finny, spells, pinch. Yeah, so you detect a heavy conjuration spell, which might be the barrier, or abjuration. I can't remember which. You detect, let's see, what is whatever school Fly is in, because the runes are emitting that kind of spell. And deep within, there's like a spell that you kind of pick up with a dark aura. Seems like it kind of envelopes the interior of the area, where it's like an anti-field.
Okay. I'm assuming I can relay the when I.
Yeah, if you want to speak as Hollow. Let me think here.
Yeah, she's going to relay all that she has detected so far.
Alright, so yeah, you hear all that nonsense, and I'm going to double check something on, let's see, anti-magic field, just to make sure. But for this here, it's like an item that's giving off the effect, which would be a high-level abjuration, which seems to envelope the interior of this location. So, the barrier, I think if you do, we'll make it a DC check. So whoever wants to dispel magic, it's going to be kind of like counterspell, and if you're trying to do it like a higher level spell you're trying to counter, we're going to just kind of treat it like that. Let's see. And I'll say the barrier is like a... Okay. Yeah, who wants to make the check?
As
Bartov could.
Well, I heard Cindy first. What'd you say? You're gonna cast it?
top. Yeah, as
Okay.
if at the top is there.
Roll me, let's see here. Spell DCs. So it'd be your charisma modifier plus, or whatever your spell casting modifier is. You're just making a check with it. D20 plus your modifier.
Yep.
And DC will be implant. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So your first cast, do you have inspiration?
No, this would be as top.
So Bartrove uses his dispel magic. Do you got another one you want to try?
I
mean,
could try it two more times.
Yeah. Give it to you.
So
There you
it
go.
would be
That's one.
intelligence for me. Oh.
Yeah. Or well, yeah. So yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, not necessary. So I would say with the combination of Bartrove and the other, what's the character's name again? I can't remember.
As top.
Astop. See, I don't remember that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, the two of you are like, hold on, let's do this together. And then all of a sudden the barrier kind of breaks and crumbles. And then...
High five!
And then you hear the loud screech of... And a bunch of harpies starting to flood out of the gate coming towards this barrier being broken. But the barrier's gone and Crimson's like, yeah, you can get off now.
Okay.
Okay, good. Sorry, just making sure it wasn't wild magic.
Oh god.
Hollow's still at 6 HP.
Yeah, don't worry. Spencer's going to take you guys out of this because the mages are going to go back.
Oh, I was gonna have Bartov like shoot a last minute fireball.
No, because this is going to like...
Okay.
I mean, if you bring them with, it's going to be that much longer before you guys reach a new level.
Yeah,
So,
but I
it's-
guess all of us people who are staying jump off and get ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so everybody's kind of like jumping off, and I will kind of move you to where I've been working for a little while. You figure out where it went. I'll move this over here. Are you able to see the center area lit up?
Yes.
Alright, pull your character tokens and place them down here by the lip of this bridge. At the very bottom. Middle. There you go, Oscar's in place. Like, Crimson's like right here. Unloading you guys right here on the bridge. And this door that used to be here got blown up. So here you are. Let me look at it. At the front doors. And I think this is where we might want to pick up next week because it is getting to that point. But
Yeah, it is.
welcome to the castle, friends. And with that,
Let's fuck up some vampires.
but
I'll
yeah,
Get fucked up.
it's gonna be one or the other. So like, I've been working on populating the first floor, see where you get, and then we'll have some more for this next week. But yeah, good job, guys. Great session. Everybody did a lot of work here today. So yeah, join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna play some more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We still got the first level, so we're gonna play that out a little longer. And then join us Wednesday for Tynac Kingdom. As we just come off a victory, and then we're trying to decide how we're gonna get to time more to bring Tiamat into the world and ruin everything. Or not, we'll see. And then rejoin us Sundays until April. We're going to be at 1 p.m., right? Because apparently
yeah.
EU doesn't update their savings times until Monday for some reason.
Oh, it's weird to do it the Sunday to Monday night.
Yeah. But,
Yeah, it's
I mean,
just
we
weird.
do it on Sunday night so that Monday you go into work, you're not worrying about what time it is. But yeah. So yeah.
Oh, well, it's gonna happen. You're gonna wonder what time it is anyway, because
True,
your body
but-
tells you an entirely different thing.
But any other announcements? Anybody else doing anything on the internet? Okay. Well, yeah.
No, I'm not that interesting on the internet.
Alright, well, join us at 12 p.m., 1 p.m. next week, and we'll get into the castle and see if we can't slay some vampires. I will be trying to stream a little bit off during the week, not sure when, but, you know, just playing some casual games when I got time. And other than that, yeah, I guess that's everything, right?
Yeah.
Feel free to
Yeah.
tell the archives and those watching, good night.
Good night.
Good night. I'm gonna take a nap.
Good night, everyone. I'm making some
Night-night.
fish.
Good.
I took a nap before the session. It was brilliant.
Yeah, so, like, I'm going to zoom out real quick. Kind of let any viewers or the archive know what we're getting into. Yeah. There you go. And with that, do you hear the calling?